Yo, season 2, episode 2. What's up, you beautiful people? What's up?
Beautiful people. Beautiful chat's getting spicy already. How are you doing, brother?
Spicy? Are they getting
that
spicy?
Hat is freaking fire.
You like it?
Yeah.
Ohana vibes, baby.
Love it.
Thank you.
Very nice design.
Hell yeah. It's very clean, very sophisticated feeling. You know what I mean?
It's time for me to hit the button on this thing.
Hit the button. Speaking of buttons, have all of you smashed that button yet? Do it.
I did.
Episode 2, season 2.
Before we even came on stage. Yeah, we're at 9 now. They were at 6 before we even came on stage.
I know, I noticed that.
Amazing.
Let's go. Steven was first, by the way.
Steven was
saying
first?
Zach, you are slipping,
Steven.
Zach. It was Steven, Zach, Death Note, I believe is what I saw. But it's not a race, not a competition.
Squrl Master told me I was doing it wrong last time. I gotta let it chill for a little bit.
Let what chill?
He was a bartender. The smoke, yeah.
Guess what, dude? Guess what? TikTok shop sending me one of those.
Are they really?
Yeah. I asked for one.
Should have known.
They want a long-term partnership, so I'm gonna have to drink a lot of old fashions, apparently. Yeah. They sent me a whole spiel of like they want like 4 to 5 videos and blah blah blah. I was like, all right, cool, send it. I'll do it. I'm
not wearing the hat, guys.
I know.
I thought about wearing my Santa Claus hat, but I really wanted to share off my
that's what I was
blossoming hair. Yeah, this is the last episode before Christmas, so
I forgot.
definitely have to be mindful of that.
Should have reminded me. I'm good to go. We're ready.
Zach wants me to open the thing. No, I don't want to make. We don't want to make Negley wait too much behind the curtains. You know how that feels, Zach.
We don't want to make it weird when he opens like a Zach-shaped object.
Iron Man is losing his hat.
Zach, I have something coming, and I thought of you when I requested it. It's actually the amber egg with a mosquito in the middle. I got that coming.
Here we go. Goodbye, mullet hair. I just wanted you to see a little check-in.
You got a duck butt on the back of your head.
I know. Who knows what it's going to look like 2 months from now?
It's going to look like a bigger duck butt.
I gotta move this. Lucid probably used to having balls in his face, but I can't deal with it.
Wow. We're going there early, huh? So Squrl decided that because he's using the Lucid glass today, that it makes his old fashioned taste like he's using old ice, which is super fucked up.
That's what I said. I said backstage.
What a dick.
I took a sip and I was like,
no respect at all.
So it tastes old. And then I rotated the glass around like this and I said, oh, that's why.
Which is funny because he is older than I am.
Allegedly.
Yeah. By like, what, 4 months? 4
Allegedly.
months older? He's like 4 months older than me.
Allegedly. I've just been saying that to make you feel better.
Yeah, right.
I was actually born in 1990.
yeah, you wish. You are older. That explains why you have to use Just for Men.
Poverty ice.
Why you care.
I use it because it smells good.
Yeah, I'm sure that's why you use it.
Let's bring our mans out.
Are you going to do an introduction?
Yeah, you can help me too. I didn't write anything down this time because, we're just kind of winging things nowadays because it seems to come out more natural when we don't plan.
I hate scripting. I'm not about it.
Negley, this is his second time on. Hopefully everyone caught that first episode. If not, we'll definitely have him give a little bit of background information when he comes on. He's got a ton of knowledge around all kinds of different subjects, but he is an absolute expert when it comes to retro video games. He actually holds some world records and has been a gamer all of his life, and so has tons of great stories and memories to share with us. And tonight we're going to talk a little bit about that, but we're going to go down some rabbit holes on some completely other topics outside of gaming, so it should be pretty fun.
Lucid. I like rabbit holes. I like them. They're fun.
Me too.
Yeah. All right, guys. Here he is, the man, the myth, the legend. He needs no introduction, Squrl. So here he is, Negley. Hey, there he is.
Yeah. Hi, gang. You could have prepped me. You're going to have your hats on. I didn't have my hat on.
I didn't even think about it.
Squrl's is like he's a little funny, so his hangs the wrong way.
Yeah. Oh my god. All I got is this, that bucket head. That's about all I got. That's
There
all
you
my
go.
Christmas
That
stuff,
thing's
you know,
awesome. What does that say on it? The 80s?
Says 80s.
That's awesome.
Yep, says 80s. Birthday gift.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was a great introduction. It was interesting. That was all I heard was about you having like Zach's parts or something and
Yeah.
balls in the face and everything. And I'm like,
in his
ooh.
pocket.
Balls and Lucid's face.
Yeah. Why talk about retro? We can just talk about Zach's parts. And
It's gonna be wild to open
Balls
something
in the
from
face.
Zach to Iron
I
Squirrel
know, Zach.
on live. I mean, it
Yeah.
literally could be shaped like Zach.
That's a made for a podcast moment, I think. I mean,
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm-
I
I
got
got
the
the
or a
clip-
live stream, you know, maybe on Twitch.
I
Do
got
I
the
even
clip
wanna open
button
this?
ready for this one.
I
Alright,
think
here we go,
I
Zach.
think you should open it. I think
Hold
you should
on.
open it.
Let's do this. There we go. Drum roll,
Big.
please.
Ooh.
Drum roll, please.
Joy to the world.
What you got, Clark?
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
I just see bro hubs a
Mm.
lot.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
That's great.
It's got Riley on it too.
Riley's on the
Yeah.
Thumbs
crotch.
up for that one. W's in chat for that one.
Look, it says bro hubs and peach bro.
That's pants.
That's wild. Like pajama pants.
Yeah. So who's on the crotch, Riley?
Riley.
Let me see.
Somebody's got to hug him.
God, Riley's like double crotch action. He's like up in the ball sack.
That look on his face too. There's 4 of him there.
One for each hand.
My gosh.
You got Riley on your gooch now.
Zach, does he know about this? Does Riley even know?
That takes reach around to a whole new level there.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Should I go put
Riley, you
him
got
on?
some bad breath, bro.
Should I go throw him on real quick?
Absolutely.
Do it. Do it.
100%.
Maybe later. That'll be clickbait.
Good.
He did. Zach
Wild.
said put him on.
Put him on.
That is crazy.
Jesus.
That's awesome. Thank you, brother. I love it. Love it.
So, what are we starting with?
I can start with whatever. I'm still trying to get over Riley being on his crotch.
We're assuming, I think for anybody that watches the replay years from now, or anybody that hasn't seen the first time you're on, just a brief introduction
Sure.
about yourself. Actually, it doesn't even have to be brief. Put you as much detail as you want.
It's up to you guys if you want to. I mean, we talk about age. I mean, I'm fairly old. You know, if you were born in 90, then that means
Squirrel's not
I
the
have-
oldest one here.
That means I got at least 20 years on you on that one. I mean, but no, obviously my tag's Negley97, gaming, like you said, since the Atari Pong days, Atari 2600, have my original 2600. Basically fell in love with, just what everyone else did, like Nintendo and Super Nintendo, Genesis, all the way up to PlayStation 5 and PC gaming and stuff like that. So, very passionate about gaming. It's something that I, like all of us, have done since we were kids. I'm pretty fortunate that my daughter also is involved in video games and streaming and got me into streaming. And I wouldn't be here on this podcast if it wasn't for her, taking that leap of faith and doing some streaming with Fortnite. And I play Fortnite because of her. Not as much, but I do. But yeah, I mean, gaming's a hobby, passion, whatever you want to call it. Other than that, I mean, it's my life's an open book.
Nice.
Yeah, just a typical Gen Xer.
Right.
Grew up in the Kmart days and 35 millimeter film and arcades with quarters.
Kmart and Pick and Save, where I lived in California.
Oh,
Pick and
Pick and
Save.
Save.
It can save. What
Yeah.
about roses? Do you guys have roses? Roses?
Never heard of it.
Are you watching Peach Bump? Zach got me a very special gift.
That's awesome.
I need Zach's head, like from the back, looking down your waistband.
Well, his head is strategically placed, so it's like,
Oh my God.
no,
I can't
no
believe
question.
Riley. Riley's all
But
over
Riley's
the
right
crotch.
there. Yeah, for all the world to see. Every time you sit
Oh
down.
my goodness.
That's wild. So last time you were
Mhm.
on, you were chasing a record.
I was.
How'd that go?
I got it.
You got it.
I got it literally. I was on this podcast, in August? Like the beginning of August, I think.
Something like that.
Which oddly enough was around the 7-year anniversary of when I set the original record. Was in August of 2018. And then it was broken in December of 18 by 8 seconds. So,
Oh, geez.
but I got it back. I got it back barely, but I got it back.
Nice.
So I got it back later on that month. Thanks to you guys, thanks to our communities kind of pushing for it and getting kind of excited about it. For me, it's kind of weird.
And that was Excitebike, right?
It was Excitebike, yes. Yeah. Excitebike track 3.
Nice.
So I did it in just over a minute, I think. Let me I have to check my thing. Yeah, so I did it in 1 minute flat.
Dang.
Yeah, the old record was 1:01. I beat it by a second. So
I
That's
tried
good.
I tried to play Excite Bike. I found an emulator online or something. I was playing it on PC, and by God, it took me back. It's been so long since I played that.
I mean, just all those games take you back.
You gotta land the jumps perfect. I mean,
do,
in order to get the best time. I mean, catching the downward slope, wheels got to be at the right angle on every.
You don't want to overheat. That's always the big thing's always overheating, because obviously you're trying to get the fastest time ever, and you have those hills in the way. You got to do the triples or the doubles, and you got to land them just right. And if you land them just right, you can actually get a little bit of momentum. But more importantly, you've got to worry about overheating, because when you overheat that bike, that's like 3 or 4 seconds of wasted of you just waiting for that bike to come back on again. By then, I mean, there's a few choice swear words, and
I feel like I overheated nonstop when I played.
I did too. Yeah. When I was younger, it was all the time.
No, I mean, when I recently played, I could not remember what the hell I was doing.
Well, I mean, after the podcast, I would say I played that. Geez, I'm not lying. I probably played it every day, at least an hour or 2 every day. The same track 3.
Just trying to grind that same track.
Same track 3, and I can't tell you how many times that some choice words came out of my mouth.
Oh yeah.
And it's a mini console, so it's not like an emulator where I can just turn it off and turn it back on again. No, I literally got up, pushed the button off, tried to calm down, sat back down again, try it again.
So for me, I can relate to that currently, because before any race weekend on F1 that we had, we would all put time trials up, and that would be me, like an hour each day, the same track, searching for that perfect lap.
Right.
And just messing up and cussing and just crashing out. Like, oh, I'm going to get this.
You get fatigued. So my problem was I start getting fatigued, because I knew what mistakes I was making. You have to complete each lap in about 30 seconds. So, if lap 1, you're at like 35, 36 seconds, you're pretty much not going to do it. You need to be up to 31 seconds, but still you try it anyway. But it's just one of those of, you fix one problem, and then all of a sudden, maybe I over accelerated going into that triple, and I didn't land it the right way, and I flipped end over end, and then the choice words come out, you reset the game, and you do it again. And it got to the point where it's like, I've got to walk away from this. I just got to step away from it. And then I tried to live stream it, and that was tough too. That was tough too. And I know you were live streaming. You guys were practicing for a tournament, I believe, for Fortnite. Which, by the way, congratulations on your number 10 finish. You and Peach Bum, was it Peach Bum, Dino Tamer, Mac Attack, and you? You guys finished 10th.
What game?
10th out of 25. So
that's a really solid squad. We were in 5th. We were in 5th up until the last match, and we actually thought we were going to finish in 5th, because there wasn't supposed to be 5 matches. It was only supposed to be. There wasn't supposed to be 4. It was only supposed to be 3 matches, and the 4th was going to be squad bills, where they were going to mix everybody up, and something happened and that went wrong, so they added a whole extra round, and that actually took us from 5th or 6th to 10th, just because we didn't do very well that last one. But still, I mean, those were.
And you were live streaming before it. You were live, because I was going to a Christmas party.
No, I refused to stream it.
Well, no, you were streaming. You were streaming practicing. You were practicing beforehand. Yeah, because I was in your stream getting ready for the Christmas party, and I could tell you were getting frustrated, because you're trying to concentrate, but you saw it's next to impossible to just fully concentrate, even if you're ignoring chat, which I tried to ignore chat as much as I could. You can't. Like, in my mind, I'm not 100% focused on the game, and I was making all kinds of mistakes live, and I was hiding it. Obviously, I'm not going to freak out and get a meltdown in front of everyone while you're live streaming. So that kind of helped, I guess, with the not freaking out as much. But it's probably 10 times as difficult to.
I've been playing a lot more.
Something.
I've been playing a lot more off stream, and I do so much better. Like,
you do.
It's been so long. It's been so long since I even played off stream before, that I know I've gotten a lot worse than I used to be. But I think streaming is what made me worse, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
I play so much better off stream. It's wild.
You do, because like I said, on stream, even though you're trying to focus on that game, you're not truly 100% focused on that game. Subliminally, you're still trying to pay attention to what's on the screen next to you. You might have TTS on, so your mind's listening to TTS as you're playing, and those are all little distractions. But I had fun doing it. Don't get me wrong. I had a blast just being there, just and chat kind of knew that I was going to kind of ignore them and whatnot. So it was kind of low key, and there was no pressure to it. But at the same time, you're putting on a show, and the problem is I know how good I am at the game, and when I'm struggling, it just makes it that much more frustrating because it's like, I know I can do better. I know I shouldn't have made that mistake because I've done this track easily, 10,000 times, but you still make those little mistakes that you're just trying to push it. And even with professional sports, it's the same thing. Those athletes and you guys do Formula One and stuff like that. You might push into that turn a little bit too hard and that can cost you the race. You could mess up your tires or hit the wall or what have you, just because you felt like you could squeeze a little, half second off your time by just going into that turn just a little bit later before hitting the brakes.
Right.
And with Excite Bike, it's kind of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to try to accelerate as fast as I can, hit that triple and try to land it just the right way. But you know what? Maybe I had the stick just a little bit too far forward. I end up doing an endo and going over the handlebars and getting mad. So, but I got it. I got it back. I told you guys I would do it by end of the year. I did it by the end of the month instead. So I'm happy about it. I got it. I checked it right before the stream. I still have it. So it's still mine.
Oh
And
yeah.
I can honestly thank you guys and the community for, because it was put up or shut up, basically. I went on live and said I was going to do it. So you got to do it. I'm not going to look like a jabroni and not do it.
That's funny. You checked it beforehand.
I did. I checked it beforehand.
Make sure I'm not spreading false information.
Well, it's, because again, I mean, the former world record, but I got it. So we're good. And the crazy part is I said it. I was practicing. I was practicing just my recording setup, because it is a little difficult to. It's not the same as live streaming it on Twitch or YouTube or TikTok or what have you. There are certain things that I want to do when I go to set a world record for my submission. So I fire up OBS on my laptop and I have a second camera sitting back here, off screen that you can see kind of the whole room. You can see the TV, you can see the console that's right there. And so when I'm recording myself getting up, hitting that box, pushing the power button on that box. That way you can see on the TV the entire screen plus the console. You can see that this is me actually doing this and not some emulator or some stream that I decided to clip and send in on stealing someone's video. The bad part is when you fail with that attempt, I need to reset everything. I want to do everything. So I need to power off the console, go back, turn off streaming, turn streaming back on, go back, turn the console back on. And I just keep doing that repetitively because I don't want to send like an hour-long video and then tell the person reviewing it, oh, by the way, if you skip ahead to the 59th minute of this video, you'll see my 1 minute run. You know what I mean? So it's just a constant repetitive thing. And unfortunately, that's no good for streaming because nobody wants to see me just get up and walk over and push a button and turn around 2 minutes later. Shit, I got to do it all over again. Go over there, push a button, what have you. But when someone's reviewing one of my submissions, there's no question it's me in that video. There's no question that I pushed that power button on. There's no question, because I cycle through all, it comes with 16 games. So you can mod it for all the Nintendo games. So I don't, I have the, set for the reset for just the 16 games. And I show that, hey, here's all the 16 games. And that's all that I have on here. It's not a modded unit. It's a valid unit. Go right in, pick my track 3 and then run my race. And it was just going through that cycle where I hit one. So the record's like a minute. The old record's like a minute and 1. And I just sat down, wasn't really trying that hard. I was just trying to make sure my setup was good, doing a practice thing. And I missed the record by literally a half a second.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, let's get serious then. There's no more, we're doing it. And that's when I just sat there. I think it was like my 5th try or 6th try. I finally got that record in there. And then I kept obviously playing it for days afterwards to try to get a better score. And I couldn't get it. Not that it was my best one, because I know I made at least 3 or 4 mistakes that if I fix them, I can probably get that time, definitely under a minute, 59 seconds. But, it's one of those where I just started focusing too much on, I overcompensated for this, or I didn't hit this there, or, hey, I did a wheelie by mistake towards the end. I probably shouldn't have done the wheelie, but towards the end type thing. So, but, yeah, it was a lot of fun though. And like I said, it was thanks to the community, thanks to, every time going to a stream, you guys talking about it and putting more pressure on me and, hey, there's Negley, he's going for the world record. I was constantly reminded he's going for the world record. So I couldn't disappoint everyone. I had to get the world record and I got it. So
Hell yeah.
I'm happy.
Congratulations.
So thank you all. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you, community.
Awesome.
Sorry I had to hold that up. I just looked over at Riley's stream and he's actually playing the podcast in the bottom left corner of his TikTok stream right now.
Is he really?
Awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty W-Mans. Figured I'd hold the
Thank
pants
you.
up one more time.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's in the middle of a game, so I don't even think he saw him. He has no idea yet. Hopefully
That's
somebody's
funny.
He will,
somebody's
though.
chat. Yeah, he'll eventually know.
He'll know real soon. Love
Tell
your
him.
face on the pants.
Do you have any idea how long the previous record was holding before you beat it?
You thought just now, recently?
Yeah, the guy before you.
I said it in August of 2018, and it was beaten December of 2018.
Okay, and he had it that entire time?
Yes.
Or he or she?
It was a he. It's a he, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, had it the
That's a
entire
long
time.
So yours is probably...
And I think it was probably people didn't want to try because I said it with 1:08, and then he turned around and put 1:01. So, yeah. Plus, I mean, it's Excite Bike, so it's not like your Donkey Kongs, your more popular ones like, what's the other ones we got? Donkey Kong 3 or Donkey Kong Jr. or what have you. And there's more popular games that are on that console. Plus, I mean, it's a NES Classic Edition too. So a lot of your records right now, they're setting them on the PlayStation 5 and the Xboxes and stuff like that. So they're focusing more on the new consoles and the new stuff rather than the older stuff that I'm working on.
Nice. Dr. Mario was my wife's big
Hi,
one.
Edge.
You got to show the pants to Ange.
Yeah, Peach Bum, you said so is Squrl Master. He's live with the podcast on?
Nice.
Ange, did you see
Sharing
the
is
pants?
caring. Yeah, you gotta show Anne's the pants. See if
She
she
might be in
recognizes
game
who's on the
too.
crotch.
She'll have to tell me she's paying attention before I hold him up again. Yeah, he's live on TikTok too. He does. He got it in the bottom corner, same as Riley. Look. It's not going
funny.
to show, but yeah, he's got it down here.
There it is.
That's freaking awesome. I had no idea. I wonder if
That
they
is
planned
cool.
that together. Did they plan that together, or did they just both do it? That's crazy.
I don't know.
It's really cool.
Wild.
Do you have your sights set on your attempts?
I think so. Like right now, nobody has it for track 2, track 4, or track 5. So I mean, those are obviously easy ones. Whatever time I get, you're basically getting a record. But it's if no one else has tried it before you, is it really a record? You're just kind of setting the pace, so to speak. You're the pace car in the race. So my next goal is I do want to try to live stream an attempt, and I want to try to play all 5 tracks in a row, and I want to see if I can beat the track 1 record and beat my record as well in one run of all 5 races together. Because you can submit that. You can submit all 5 times at the same time, and whatever those times are that you got for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, that's what's going to be submitted. So I know 2, 4, and 5 will be a new record. It's just, can I beat my current record on track 3, and can I beat the record on track 1? That's my next goal, is to try to set 5 world records at one time. Don't know if it's possible. We'll try. We'll see.
That'd be pretty awesome.
This is what,
epic.
You had me on season 1, episode 11, season 2, episode 2. Is this episode 2?
Wow.
Episode 2.
1-11
right.
and 2-2.
So let's say bring me back on season 3, episode 3, and then maybe I'll have all 5.
Hell yeah.
We'll just
That
keep
would be
it going.
freaking
All right,
sweet.
bet.
The challenge is
All right,
there.
we'll do that.
Bet.
We'll try it. Season 3, episode 3.
Hell yeah. Hold
Yeah,
me
That's
to
my
it.
goal. That's
I
my
want to
goal.
go back to a comment Peach Bum made around just the streaming. We don't realize how mentally taxing it is until after stream, with all the different places our mind has to be at once while streaming. It's fucking exhausting.
Yeah. It is.
It's mentally exhausting. I mean, there's some streams are better than others, I guess, depending on how much energy you put into it. If you're, I think all of us are on that level where we put everything into it, but sometimes it's just more than others, depending on how active chat is and just what's going on in the game. And there's just times where I've hit that end button and I've taken my headphones off and I've just holy shit.
After a race.
Yeah. So I
After
typically
race.
stream, I'll stream Monday nights. I stream Repo, and I'm usually playing with Waterburst, Fire 16, Future Domino, sometimes Mac Attack. We've got probably 5 or 6 of us now, 6 or 7 that we're continually playing. And the one night we made it to level 6, which I had never made before. But it was midnight and I had to work the next day. And like, yes, I was like mentally exhausted because I'm streaming it. You're talking to chat, I'm talking, we had 6 people in that game at one time and we were doing great, a ton of momentum, but I was like that. I was wiped out almost. And the worst part was you get to that certain point where you're so tired that you're not tired.
Right.
So, it's midnight. I have to get up at 6 a.m. I can't fall asleep.
That's me every day.
You know, it's like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. I look over, I'm like, son of a bitch, I need to be asleep. I'm going to be up in 4 hours. And so, yeah, the next day I was hurting. But did I have fun doing it? Absolutely. I had a blast. You know, when you get to, you know, like I said, my daughter, Hollywood Shotty, was in there with us, having a blast. So for me, it's time I get to be with her because she's down in Florida. I'm up here in Pennsylvania. So, you know, obviously we don't get to see each other in person as much as we do. Now I'll see her, you know, Saturday. She's coming home for Christmas. But that's the cool thing that we can do together is we can, you know, play games together, stream together, stuff like that. So it's a blast. And, you know, you kind of don't want to end. You don't want to stop playing because, you know, it's saying goodnight. But at the same time, I had an absolute blast.
Nice.
I was miserable the next day, but I had an absolute blast.
Love it.
It's worth it to be miserable the next day for a good time. You know what I mean?
As long as you paid a good price for a good product, then yes.
Yeah, right? Hell yeah.
You're
welcome in. Yeah, welcome in.
What else you want to know?
I want to talk a little bit about Twitch because you were talking about playing with Shotty. So I'm looking forward to, because I'm new to that Twitch platform and absolutely loving it.
Brand new affiliate, by the way, too. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks to the fam. Nothing without everybody that pulls up. But I think I'm going to plan a co-stream with my little one.
Do it
on Fortnite, you know, because she does have a Twitch and. You know, I supervise it, so I keep the safety side there. But man, just fact that we can share chat, which y'all better behave. I know you will. But the last time I think that she went live, I shared it to a couple of friends, and I know Ange came in, and Riley and Zach and Lucid. She had like 6 people, and she was like up the walls, excited. Like she was like, "Oh my god, there's 6 people in here!" Because she just goes live from her PS5, no camera or anything. So you know, maybe one. She's probably had 2 people back, so that was like a special day for her. And I'm like, shit, what if we can get 20? You know,
I was just gonna say the same thing.
She'll be losing her mind.
Just plan it one day. Plan it one day, advertise it, and be done.
Sorry,
you know we're gonna represent. You know we'll show up for you.
Surdy's shy, so we got to put him on Front Street.
Lucid hates Christmas. Lucid hates Christmas.
It's hot, man. It's hot.
It is hot.
Dude,
I don't want to take mine off. My hair's gonna be messed up.
So I have to ask. I mean, sorry. Go ahead.
I stayed up all day waiting for my truck to be done, and then I ended up falling asleep, and then I got a call at like 4 o'clock. I had to jump up, get an Uber to the shop to pick up my truck, and I'm all discombobulated. I'm wearing the hoodie because I'm all smelly, and
my smell vision isn't working, so you're okay.
We can do 50 for the event like that. Riley's gonna bring the whole taco crew.
We do 50 for an event like that. She might freak out.
We'll make her freak out in a good way, though. We'll make her freak out in a good way.
She would definitely freak out. Yeah.
I mean, you've done enough for all of us. It's the least we can do is help you guys out.
She got so nervous. She 1v1 Riley and Ange, and she was better the second time. But the first time, she was so nervous, her hands were shaking when she got done. And she wasn't even live. Riley was the one live. She was just nervous to be some streamer.
Oh, she's going to freak out.
Yeah.
Well, then she 1v1 you. You're a streamer. It's not the same, though, when it's dad,
not the same. It's not the same.
That's more of a family rivalry.
Right.
I know that my kid's better than me at Fortnite and always will be better than me at Fortnite. So I'm already going in there, you know, counting that loss if I 1v1 her. And everyone else.
I'm gonna get this Azeron down. I'm gonna be better than I ever was.
Did you figure out which button
I can reboot now?
Respawn? Okay.
I can reboot
good.
So all the things I had issues with, I took the pinky finger is the one that like doesn't it's just not very smart out of all the fingers in the Azeron, and that one has the ability to hit 4 different buttons: in, down, up, and over. I put reload and reboot on all those. All right, so all I gotta do is go like this, and it's either gonna reboot or reload.
Well, thank goodness. I'm sure Zach will be happy because you know Zach hit a whole new level of rage that I had never seen before, but it was hilarious. It really was. And you got a good clip out of it, and I still laugh whenever.
Oh yeah.
It's just
screaming, Riley, tell him
how to put which button. He's freaking out. Oh,
that was great. Yeah. That was a great clip.
Everybody's dying. Clip. Game's almost over. You're sitting there just fumbling. You can hear it too, fumbling. I don't know which button it is. But that's the whole fun about streaming. That's the whole fun about this whole thing is we can sit there and have these experiences.
Kat was there too.
And laugh
she
at
was
each other.
Laughing. She's just like.
And that makes great entertainment. You know, that brings people for the first time coming into your channel, that brings them back. You know, because it's not you just sitting there, you know, staring at your game, not talking to chat or anything. We're having a blast doing it.
Yeah, always so.
So can I ask you a question? All right, because I know you guys stream pretty much all platforms. How do you like Twitch now that you've kind of come over here and focused a little bit more on it?
Lucid, I'll let you go first.
There's a lot. Twitch is a lot.
It is.
Twitch, like, I never got super into Twitch. I'm kind of streaming there more now, but Twitch there's so much to it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing over there. Why do we need 1,000 different menus? You know, just to find the revenue on there took me a good hour.
Yeah, the creator dashboard could use a little bit of improvement.
Data.
And why can't we stream vertical yet?
You can apply for it. Like I've applied for it. I still haven't heard yet, but
I've looked for it. Beta. I actually got on Google. And
it has to show up on your creator dashboard. It'll show up on your main thing. It'll give you a little link that says you can apply for beta access to vertical or the dual, whatever they call it, dual format.
I don't have that. I'm not cool
and
enough.
YouTube, check YouTube too, because you can do too.
Yeah, we'll look through that together. I wonder if you're just not finding it. I'll show you where it was at in mine, because it's still there. Like I can apply every day, but it was there like day one.
But I've got my OBS set up for it. I went through their tutorial thing they have. I found that. I just can't figure out how to apply. So I've got, OBS set up all for doing it the way they want to do it. So, and then Twitch, I get unstable connection all the time on Twitch.
Really?
Usually it's because my bit rate's too high. I set it at 6,000. Before I had it at 8,000, and sure, it's too high.
Mine's 10,000.
But they only allow 6, so I don't know. It's just, for me, Twitch is oversaturated. I'll never get any new viewership on Twitch. Except, well, I got like one new follower off of streaming that new game I've been playing, and that dude, he subbed right off the bat and everything. I was like, holy shit, okay,
that's huge.
I think that's where TikTok has the advantage, is the marketability. They try to market your streams, whereas with Twitch and Kick and YouTube, it's not as much. But
don't get me started on TikTok.
I'm just saying, though. But the For You page,
100 views in 2.5 hours is not marketing my page.
But I'm just saying, it's a different atmosphere on TikTok than it is the other ones.
TikTok is money hungry. They're greedy.
It is money hungry. Correct.
I don't agree with anything TikTok does. TikTok is a complete joke, in my opinion.
But you at least have a better chance on being on someone's For You page than be the primary stream on a Twitch page.
Right.
Twitch focuses a lot on those big, Tim the Tatmans and all those ones that they have, millions of subscribers. And they might throw in the smaller ones here and there, but never us, the category that we're in, or at least that I'm in.
Kick is way simpler than Twitch. Kick kind of has a bad rap because they allow a lot more on Kick than Twitch does. It's kind of like, doing the podcast on YouTube versus TikTok. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, they're trying to put Twitch out of business. They're mimicking Twitch. It's just, instead of it being purple, it's green. But they're trying to mimic what they have.
But over there, I used to be on the front page all the time. I'd get rated by Kick themselves.
Nice.
And have 200 people in chat. And then they would just randomly drop like 100 subs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's $500 over there. And you keep all of it.
It's a 90-10 split. Yeah, it's a 90-10 split. Whereas
that's what they say. It's always been 100%. I pay... I just have to pay the transfer fees. The Stripe fees is all I pay over there.
It's a lot better than Twitch. And
you keep
TikTok.
Every dime over there. You just have to pay the transfer fee. It's like paying a PayPal fee, basically.
Yeah. I'll never leave TikTok. It's I want to use it as a funnel. And I think that's always been what I've heard. It was never my intention because I love TikTok. But if you look at all the major advice from major streamers, it's to use TikTok to funnel people to another platform like Twitch or Kick.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'll never abandon it, and I'm kind of still feeling my way through my approach. Maybe it's streaming predominantly on TikTok for an hour, and then transferring over to Twitch for a more unhinged, fully free Squrl. I'm kind of playing with that idea.
Plus on TikTok, I just get
Riley do it successfully. It just. I have a love-hate right now for TikTok. I mean, for me, it was always love, but I'm definitely starting to see the darker side of it. Just the transactional nature, whether it be relationships or financial. It's just
like a $10 sub on TikTok is wild to me.
the transactional nature is literally the foundation TikTok's built on. It's what they thrive on, and it just seeps into every part of your DNA if you let it. Which
Right.
I want to throw in there. I'm grateful for the people we've surrounded ourselves with now, like a Negley, like a Zach, a Peach Bum. The list goes on. It's Death Note. I don't want to leave anybody out. Riley, just everyone. Like that circle we're starting to build and have built and continue to build on. I think we're smarter and wiser than that. But damn, you still got to look over your shoulder because that TikTok monster is just breathing right on your neck. You got to. I would say everyone needs to check themselves periodically to make sure their heart's in the right place, their mind's in the right place. And keep on keeping on.
Right.
I haven't been on it lately because of the retro. I do the retro on there because it's retro arcade is designed for vertical.
Right.
Whereas when I'm playing repo and I've tested out with my TikTok and repo, and like you miss half the screen. And to me, that's not a good product to put out there. Those types of games that thrive on that horizontal format instead of a vertical format. So that's why I really haven't been streaming on TikTok that much. Is I don't want to cut off most of the screen just so I can zoom in enough for you to see it on your phone.
Right. So, Peach Bum, you bring up, that's a very good point you brought up, getting people to come over, because people are lazy. People are lazy, and most people on TikTok never watch streamers anyway. They found streaming on TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to get somebody to go sign up for a new app, to download, the app and do all that, it's very difficult to get people to transfer over. Plus, TikTok's so easy to just, this is boring, I'm going to go check something else real quick and then come back or whatever, You can't really do that on Twitch. Twitch, you're kind of there for a streamer, and that's it for the most part.
Right.
I mean, I never go to Twitch ever and just look for random streams. Never. Never, ever. I only go to Twitch for people that I know.
I was wondering why Peach Bum wanted us to hate out. I was like, damn, she wants us to hate out on Twitch. We hating on.
Share out.
The raid, at the end, if you can just remember to, that's part. And if you raid, make sure you end your damn stream. Make sure you hit the end button.
I don't know how you didn't end it, though.
Good thing
mine typically ends when I raid.
Shit. No,
I've heard from, that evidently everyone's done it once.
That way, if people don't want to go, you can still stay and hang out with the people that didn't want to raid out. You know what I mean?
But find some way to raid out. At the end of your stream, Lucid. That's how you can meet. So it doesn't have to be a friend, or somebody Find a random person to raid out.
I used to do it all the time. The problem is I don't have the viewership to raid out.
Oh yeah.
You need a minimum viewer count to raid out.
You do.
What is it, like 3 or 4?
I think they lowered it. Yeah, I think it's 3 or 4.
It used to be 5, and
used to be a lot.
I never have 5.
Rating does not in this.
It took me 2 years to get affiliate on Twitch.
Yeah. We've got a community.
I don't know how long it took me, because I've had a Twitch account forever, and I streamed on the PlayStation, so I wasn't taking it seriously. It wasn't until Highway Shoddy got me into streaming.
So you have to have 75 people in a stream now partner. For 6 times for partner.
Yeah.
I'm in a place now where if we challenged ourselves as a group, as a community, multiple communities, we could do that for one another so easy.
And that's just to apply for partner.
Right, you have to apply for partner.
Good luck getting it approved. I know a guy used to average 300. He didn't get approved. He could never get approved.
That's crazy.
I wonder, they may have changed it though. A lot of things have changed. If you look at their requirements, it doesn't say anything about approval. It just says, here's what you got to do.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of it on there is subs as well too, right? I haven't even looked
partner.
at it.
No, partner's just. It may have been before. I mean, when they changed the whole affiliate thing, they changed the partner too.
I know on Kick you have to average like 100 viewers and have 1,500 followers.
And I think Kick for verification, you need like 10 subs or something like that.
Kick actually pays an hourly fee for partner.
Yeah,
and it starts at like $17 an hour, and then it goes up from there. So. I don't know. That would be cool, just to say you're getting paid to stream. You know what I mean?
That's true, Peach Bum. You don't want to send your people somewhere it's not good. Yeah, I was already rethinking that as I said it.
Well, you did, but I mean, also think about it as we were. There's sometimes where I'll try if I find that person. You raid someone that doesn't have a whole lot of people in there.
Yeah,
maybe they have 65 followers or 70 followers, and they might have 2 people in their stream. I've found people that way by going into those streams. So sometimes you can make that person's day. They may be struggling, and
On the other side, I raided on Kick once, and I probably had 40 people in my kick stream at that time, and I rated out to a bigger streamer with 300 plus in his chat by recommendation from somebody in stream. We went over there and everybody was jacked. He didn't even acknowledge the raid, and he ended up, his mods ended up banning 2 people from the raid because they said we came here from Lucid's raid.
God.
Yeah, and they banned them. So yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
that's why you got to pick on the little people.
Well, fuck, dude. Like, I don't get it, but whatever. That, in his defense, he didn't even acknowledge it for one, but in his defense, it was his mods. It wasn't him that banned people, but still, you made them your mods.
You can acknowledge it though. It's really easy to acknowledge.
And he made them the mods, and they were
day.
just saying from this, came over from here. It's like, not promoting anything.
By the rule of your team is only as strong as its weakest player, and that applies to a stream and its mods. If you got some weak ass mods and your stream's a weak ass stream,
facts.
Flip it.
Yeah,
Mike,
I got good mods in mine.
I can't drop it.
I go through a vetting process with mine, so I know all of my mods. So
yeah. We're marked safe from that.
I've had mods piss me off, and I'm like, nope, you're done. I don't have a problem kicking your ass out of my stream. If you know me, you know that.
I'm pretty sure.
Fuck around and find out.
Botrix bot when a bot comes in and tries to sell fucking emotes or something, he'll ban them, and fucking Botrix goes, "Get out of here, bitch!" or something.
Get
like
out,
that.
Bitch. That's what is that? I think that's Lumia. So and so has been banned. Get out, bitch.
It's hilarious.
That is good.
I think I made my Twitch one that in Lumia stream. I think if I recall, I think I made it say "Get out, bitch."
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, TikTok for me, I don't know. I haven't streamed on. I need to. I don't know. I haven't streamed on TikTok in a while. TikTok's kind of in a different place for me now.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to promote the shop though.
With the whole shop thing, and I don't. Yeah. If I do stream, it'll be on my backup account. I think I might try that. But yeah, I think with TikTok, it's just for me. It's gonna be like chill games. I'm not gonna stream COD on there. I'm not gonna. And how often do I play chill games? Not very often. Because usually I'm playing COD. If Death Note's on, I'm playing COD. Because that's all she'll play. But from now on, I think it's just going to be TikTok, and then I will probably full time on. I'm thinking about doing YouTube and Twitch full time for my mains.
YouTube's pretty. Twitch is pretty. Like the quality. That's another thing as we're talking about Twitch is the quality. I noticed
lower bit rate, and it looks the best. The lowest bit rate.
The bit rate?
No, it takes the lowest bit rate out of all of them, and it looks the best. It's very well optimized. Better so than YouTube. I would like to try streaming to Twitch in 1440p because you can stream in 1440p now. So I would like to try that. I would also like to try streaming in 4K to YouTube.
Yeah. And
I would like to dual stream on YouTube, being vertical and horizontal. So I don't know. We need to get more subs on this channel. Maybe add in some more game content. Because like my race simulator videos that I've done, those things are far better than any piece of content I've posted on YouTube.
Oh yeah, it was a good one.
I
need to buy more race and sim stuff and post videos.
Well, I need to do my steering wheel. I need to do the steering wheel and compare it. Is it still worth the money? I have that shifter coming that I'm not supposed to know about. I also requested the e-brake from her, so maybe for my birthday.
Ooh,
there you go.
So we'll see. But yeah, that's kind of where it's at.
What's up, Teddy?
So that's my opinion on the platforms. Kind of where are you at with it, Squrl?
Yeah, I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do TikTok and Twitch right now. Maybe add vertical YouTube down the road. Especially now that I got my CPU firing on all cylinders.
Because if you have the internet connection, it doesn't take much more to stream to both. Honestly, streaming vertical is easy, super easy. YouTube makes it more complicated just because you got to enter everything every time. Vertical is a little easier on YouTube because you don't need a thumbnail and all that bullshit. You know what I mean?
I like streaming Fortnite on Twitch just because you can lock in a little more. You don't have to thank somebody for a heart me every 17 and a half seconds. And
on Twitch with the TTS makes it a lot better.
It does.
Twitch with TTS.
I wish you could
Yeah.
filter out all the emotes and all the bots. You know what I mean?
You can. There's a setting. If you're using what Zach showed us, that's what I was using. You can.
I haven't used that one. I'm using whichever one Squrl sent me the first time.
Yeah, we might have to switch over.
But yeah, that's the only thing that bothers me about it is every emote, says it, and then all the bot messages. Like TikTok doesn't do that, which is nice. You know what I mean?
You're just reading the bot messages?
Yeah, like Botrick says, blah 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 blah. Like
it's going to read
Discord,
everyone
18 plus, blah blah blah.
So you put them in the ignore.
I don't have that. Yeah, I don't have those.
Yeah, nice. I ended up turning off all the Botrick's timed messages, the ones that just come up every 5 minutes or whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, well, one thing Peach Bum discovered the other day is she was dual streaming and she tried to have TTS going on both, and within like 2 minutes, she was like, "Nope, fuck this." She turned off the Twitch one. It's just too much.
I've always had Kick and TikTok going at the same time, and it's fun because they can talk back and forth.
Yeah.
Occasionally, they'll get them overlapping, but
Is there a program that can take? I know you can take chat visually and combine it and put it on screen, but is there a chat bot for TTS that can do the same thing so they're not talking over each other?
I'm sure there is. I haven't found it. That would be amazing.
Okay. That would be
amazing.
That would be awesome.
And another one that I need to find a TTS for is YouTube, because I haven't
seen it, no.
YouTube has no extensions or anything for it that I can find. Of course,
YouTube's the future. They're just not there yet.
Of course, you have to be monetized on YouTube to get most of their features. So maybe there is that I just don't see yet.
Master Dwight, he's the only one I know that's done well.
Yeah, Dwight he's got a lot of subs over there now on YouTube, but he's got like super chats and super stickers and all that.
No TTS.
If I'm gonna gift Dwight, I go over to YouTube and I drop like a super chat. You know what I mean? Because on YouTube you keep 70%. So if I drop $10, he's getting what, 7 of it.
Yeah, I'm just I guess to close it out the conversation, I'm loving Twitch. I think Negley and Mac Attack and Hottie and Future, they were ahead of the curve, because I've noticed, especially Negley, you're all 100% over there now, right? Like
probably 95.5.
95.
Like I said, if I do retro, it fits a lot better on a vertical screen. So I'd be more inclined for TikTok or YouTube Shorts than vertical.
Just feel like there's a at least in our group, our small circle on TikTok, which is a pretty damn big circle. There's a pretty big resurgence for Twitch, and I see why, because if that vertical format comes, it's going to be.
Oh yeah, it's a game changer.
That's going to put a hurt on TikTok.
Yeah.
Good.
And Zach, I want my Mario back.
Nah.
He knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, Squrl, I forgot to tell you. So mics like this, right? Like ours, Mayano came out with one that is wireless.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's like a podcast style mic like this that's wireless. It takes the same receiver I use for my lavalier mic.
Wow.
So you can use it either USB or on a boom arm with just wireless. It comes with a stand and shit. How cool is that?
That is pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
As long as the quality maintains.
It looks pretty good. I don't know. I'll tell you here when I get it.
It's another free box. That's crazy.
Yeah, they sent it to me. But no, I thought that was super dope. Like, it's the same, the same lavalier mics that I use. I mean, this is the receiver. It's USB-C. Just plugs into your phone, so you can use a studio-style mic wirelessly on your cell phone if you want.
That's pretty useful. That's pretty useful.
Or you can just plug this into your PC and use a wireless.
Thanks, Zach.
Yeah. Yeah, Nighthouse Gaming says this is one. He uses channel points for TTS, which kind of fixes the emote thing, but it's one of those things like sometimes it sounds bad, but like you're just too lazy to do the extra clicks to get to it.
Yeah,
that's channel point.
It used to be like when I first started streaming on Kick, you had to type like exclamation point TTS and then your message.
Yeah, that's pain in the ass too.
And back then, it wasn't a big deal because that's what you had to do. But everyone's so used to TikTok and it just works now that nobody does it. You know what I mean? You can tell them until you're blue in the face and nobody will do it.
Yeah.
Because
I've seen it on TikTok lazy. Where people do the slashes and the periods.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's their channel. I always say do what you want. But it just seems like it's just so much easier just not to. There's other ways to keep
send it to a heart me is absolutely key. 100% key. I have not had one person spam all the racial stuff or all like they used to constantly since I made it for a heart me. One heart me and took care of the problem.
Yep.
A good friend of mine, Totality or Notrix now, he actually got his main account with 14,000 followers banned because of that.
Oh shit.
They outright banned his account. Of course, he is not the most PC dude, and he totally went off on the guy that did it, and they completely banned his account. And he asked me, like, why don't you get those? And I said, dude, you need to set it for a heart me. I don't even know what a heart me is. How do you not know? You've been streaming for so long, and you don't even know what a goddamn heart me is? I thought that was wild. But yeah, that totally took care of his problem because he started streaming on his backup and he hasn't had it happen once. It's amazing to me that, if you're going to troll, you don't want to spend a penny to troll somebody,
Works every time.
Yep.
I'm not sure if you guys had anything more on Twitch. I kind of want to get into
some of these other topics. Shit. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Negley, you started off.
You want me to start off with we talk about conspiracy theory now?
I'm all about it.
That's not like a bad word now. Like, it's not conspiracy theory. It's just outside of the box thinking.
And really, this is full disclaimer. This is 100% my play on this. Take it for what it is, grain of salt, what have you. There's everybody can do their own research and everything, but I want to talk about 9/11. We all know what happened. 4 airplanes got hijacked. 4 airplanes. A lot of people lost their lives. It's a horrible day for everyone. The more research I've been doing on it, it's like it shouldn't have happened. It's just one of those things where you kind of get pissed off of like, why did this happen? It's kind of like today, when you have someone commit a murder or something and everyone's like, well, why'd you do this? And all of a sudden you find out, oh, the FBI knew this person had some account and said this 6 months ago. And, then the frustrating thing is like, well, why? And I guess the answer is you can't go after everyone. But at the same time, it wouldn't be fun. You wouldn't be able to call it a conspiracy unless you want to question the details that are presented to you. And that's kind of where I'm leaning at towards the whole Pentagon thing with the plane hitting the Pentagon.
It wasn't a plane, but okay.
Well, it's tough to accept that. And I've got a whole bunch of notes here. I probably should have shared my screen beforehand, but anyhow, when you look at airplanes have black boxes. Those are 2 boxes. There's a cockpit voice recorder and a flight data recorder, right? One records all the audio that's happening in the cabin. I think it's, from what I read, it's like the last 30 minutes of whatever's being discussed in the cabin is on this box. It's like a big old tape recorder. And then the flight data recorder is all the analytics of the plane. So how fast it's going, if it's turning, what elevation it's sitting at, all the telemetry of that data is on that box. And those are things that are designed so that if you the unfortunate incident of having an airplane crash, you could possibly try to figure out what happened. Was it mechanical failure? Was it pilot error? Did the plane just fall out of the sky? Was it a missile? What have you? You have all those different things. So what got me on this whole thing was I used to work in the DC area. I lived down there in Manassas, Virginia for about 5.5 years, and I worked at Falls Church. And this was well prior to 9/11. And I had family that were stationed at Andrews Air Force Base, and I used to visit them quite often. So I'm familiar with how security is at all of those government locations. And the Pentagon's a special building. I mean, your Department of Defense and I mean, like our military, kind of, that building's very important to our military. And so when I saw the plane had hit that building, and there really wasn't a whole lot of video evidence showing the plane hit the building, I started to kind of question things right off the bat. Of like, that just doesn't make any sense. It's you can't tell me that building didn't have more than one security camera rolling at that time. That building, I would imagine, even back then, today it'd probably be impossible, but even in 2001, it would probably be pretty difficult for you to just walk into the front of that building and just start walking down the hallway, without somebody knowing you're in that building, without somebody knowing you even step foot on the property. They probably know that you're on that property before you even think of going on that property because they can see you from a mile away. You know what I mean? So when, this all happened, immediately everyone starts questioning what's going on. Everyone questions, is it controlled demolition? Is it this? Is it that? What have you? And you could talk for months on how this is. because there's a lot of information missing. And the government says, well, it's due to, national security. We can't release that information, or it's classified. And so what does that happen? When you withhold information from the general public has to fill in the blanks on their own. So we make up our own filling in those holes of what we think it is. And as long as someone's not saying, no, that's not how it happened, here's proof of how it happened, we're going to continue to go that route. We're going to continue to think that way. And, let's face it, it's a little bit of entertainment for conspiracy theories. So getting back to the black box, there's 2 black boxes in every plane. And there was 4 planes that crashed that day, unfortunately. So in theory, there's 8 black boxes. That should kind of give us a pretty good idea of what happened. Obviously, we have video footage on the second tower. We have some video footage on the first tower. Obviously, nobody was expecting a plane to hit the skyscraper. Nobody was expecting that. So you can understand why there's not a whole lot of video footage for that when that happened. However, when that first plane hit, every single camera was faced on that building, because what's going to happen next? Oh my gosh, there's a fire. Everybody's focused on that focal point because of the tragedy that just happened. And we all thought it was just an accident, like maybe a pilot passed out or something. We had no idea. It wasn't until a few minutes later, when that second plane hit, that the oh shit moment happened. And I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it right now, because I remember vividly that morning I was actually interviewing for my current job that I have right now. And I remember getting that phone call from my sister-in-law saying, hey, a plane accidentally ran into the World Trade Center building. And so you put it on TV or whatever. And when that second plane hit, I remember, it was like goosebumps. I looked at my wife and I'm like, we're being attacked. This is a terroristic attack. You could tell right away, because it's like, for one plane to hit a skyscraper, that's one thing. But when a second plane hits the skyscraper right next door to that plane, that's on purpose. That was not mechanical failure by any stretch of the imagination. There wasn't some giant plane magnet on that building that was attracting that stuff. So, obviously there's a whole bunch of video footage on that one. So then you get to the Pentagon. Well, you get to the one that was in Shanksville, PA, and you can understand why there wouldn't be any footage of that one, because it's in the middle of nowhere. It's a field in PA, and you can understand that one. And there's debris all over the place. Again, there's
has a mostly titanium engine vaporize.
Correct. You can, again,
one little crater in the ground with some like aluminum bits thrown in it.
Yeah.
We're not that fucking stupid. Come on now.
I'll get to that. I'll get to that point later. But again, that's what we're being told, right? So the only proof that we have is we obviously saw 2 planes. You could tell when the first plane hit, you could see the wings. It was almost like the old oh geez, I'm drawing a blank now. The Roadrunner and Coyote. I'm dating myself.
Yeah.
Those,
I know exactly.
And the Coyote would hit the wall, and you would see the indentation of his body in that wall, right?
Yes.
And that's what reminded me when I saw that plane, because you could clearly see the wingspan on that first tower of that plane that went through. Like, it left a giant ass crater in that building. And the second plane hit, pretty much the same thing. So let's go to the Pentagon. When you look at the Pentagon, for some strange reason, there's no video footage except for the security camera at the gate that the vehicles were coming in on the west side.
A flash of light is all you see in the video.
And correct. So it's the infamous 3-second video, right? The video is literally 3 minutes long, but there's 3 seconds worth where you see the Pentagon with nothing. And then the second, they show a nose of a plane, and you can clearly see a nose of what looks like a plane. And then the third frame, or the 3rd second of it, is just the big old explosion. And then all you see is all the fire and everything else that happens after that. And that's it.
You know what's funny about the Pentagon is...
Besides, that's the only camera?
Well, yeah. If that plane, to take the trajectory they say it hit the Pentagon in, it would have lost its wings in the parking lot.
Well, I'll go over that as well. I know it's going a little bit long, but no, I agree with you. But again, camera-wise, the only camera that we have isn't even attached to the building. It's out in the parking lot facing the building. And you can't tell me there's not a camera on the corner of that building facing the front yard. You can't tell me there isn't a camera at the front door facing the front door to see who's coming in. Because again, this plane hit that side of the building. A Pentagon's 5 sides. It's a flat side.
There should be cameras all
over the damn place.
So many cameras. There should be a camera in a hallway that catches the wall
And let's not forget either, the Pentagon is next to the Arlington National Cemetery and the Naval Annex, which I'll talk about here in a minute. So there's government buildings all around this place that also will have security cameras everywhere, but we don't see it. Second thing is we don't have a lot of cell phone camera footage of that happening. Now, I know it happened in New York that those planes hit, but by the time the plane hit the Pentagon, we were all on high alert. The FAA hadn't closed the skies yet, but we were still on high alert. And again, and your thought process is, if 2 planes could hit the skyscrapers in New York, what's next? And if you live in the DC area like I did, and if I was down there at that time, my whole thought process would be, what monument's going next? You know, what are they going after next? So you would think in that area, there'd be cell phones all over the place. There's nothing. There's no video footage. There's nothing. Through my research, through the 9/11, there's a 9/11 Commission report and everything. There were specific details given about that flight. There were specific details. They said it clipped. Let me scroll through here just for a second. They said it clipped like 5 streetlights before it hit the Pentagon.
No debris in the...
That's a pretty detailed stat. They claim the plane was flying at 530 miles per hour, which is within its flew over the Navy Annex building adjacent to Arlington National Cemetery, and then struck the establishment on the 1st floor level. To your thought process, I mean, that's a pretty good maneuver. If you're hitting a street light, if anybody's familiar with the map, and you can Google map this, where the Pentagon is, there's a highway that runs right next to it. So if you're clipping the streetlights of the highway, which means you're 20, 30, 40 feet in the air, which is well above a 1st floor of a building. Like, to hit a 1st floor of the building going 530 miles an hour, you're going to have to somehow just feather that thing right. I mean, I couldn't even do an Excite bike jump that perfect, but you would have to perfectly go in there. Because again, when you look at the footage, there's no giant skid mark going into the Pentagon. That's the other thing that's kind of weird.
Well, there was no debris field.
Right. They showed a couple pieces of metal.
Streetlights in the parking lot.
Right. But when you look at the Shanksville one, you see like a giant divot in the ground of where something hit the ground. There should have been, if you're flying 5 feet above the ground to hit that 1st floor, your 1st floor is going to be less than 15 feet high?
Yeah.
I mean, that plane's 15 feet high. There had to have been a bounce off the ground, hit the building type thing, or we're just the luckiest pilot in the world. Besides the fact of the angle that it came in on to hit the streetlights and to see the collapse of the building, things just weren't adding up to me at all. There's a famous picture of the collapse where it shows the building, and it shows the left side of the building had collapsed down in, and the right side was, so it was like this, right? So it was, and the plane came in on an angle like this.
Right.
So from an engineering standpoint, to me, and I'm not an engineer by any means, but when I looked at that, I thought, you know what, it should be the opposite. Like, if you're hitting the ground floor, you're taking out all those girders on the ground floor with your wings. And I looked at the wingspan's 125 feet. Well, that's pretty wide. That section that collapsed was 200 feet. Right. It should have collapsed, in my opinion, it should have collapsed in the opposite direction like this, because the plane coming in on that angle would have taken out all the support beams on the right side of the building.
Right.
But instead, all the support beams on the left side of the building are gone.
And
that would tell me it's straight ahead as opposed to the angle. But when they talk about it flying over the Navy Annex building, that's below. That's coming in. So if this is the west wall that the Pentagon is, that plane's coming in at an angle about 45 degrees. And they released in the report, the 9/11 report, they released where they found fragments of people and
yeah, sure,
parts of the plane, stuff like that, and it matches exactly that angle.
Right. So
if it went in that angle, the collapse should have happened it should have went like this instead of like this.
And I like their excuse for everything is it all vaporized. Like,
so that's a crazy thing too. But
that plane, the tail section is not going to vaporize for one.
No,
the
and that's where your black
engines
boxes
are not going to vaporize.
No.
There's going to be a tail section sticking out of the building. No, it was a hole in the building and nothing left.
So the crazy part is the National Transportation Safety Board released a report. They released, according to the footnotes here in 2 and 2, and it says American Airlines Flight 77 Flight Data Recorder Report. And I just mentioned they talked about the plane flying 530 miles per hour. And they say that at one point it hit the building and then it shifted and the right wing went up. So you don't have that data unless, number one, you can see the plane inside the building to see that that right wing went up in the air. Or two, you have the telemetry data that you know the plane shifted to its left to make that right wing go up. That report's gone. That report doesn't exist now. And the crazy part is I mentioned 4 planes hit, right? So 4 planes hit. That means there's 8 black boxes, right? So I did a little bit of research on black boxes and plane crashes. And unfortunately today we just experienced another one with Greg Biffle and his family, which is a sad thing too, but they're going to be looking for those black boxes, right? So since 1961, we've had thousands of airplane crashes, and you know, it's the safest mode of transportation, believe it or not. It's just when one plane goes down, 200 people die instead of a car, you know, 2 people die. But of those thousands of accidents, over 90% of the time, they recover both black boxes. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they can read everything from both of those, but they can still find both of those black boxes. Of those thousands, 130 times out of thousands, 130 confirmed times, they went to a plane accident and they could only find 1 box or no boxes. All right. So 130 times out of thousands, there's at least 1 box that they find.
And 8 of them were 9/11.
Well, no, I'm getting there. 18 times of that 130, no black boxes were found. And some of the examples were, there was one, the plane they knew got hit by a missile and it just obliterated the plane. And we know you can't find those boxes. There's another one where the plane landed in the ocean. It was like 5,000 feet deep and they felt that it just wasn't cost effective to try to bring the wreckage up. Yeah. And so you have a tomb down there. I get it. That's fine, right? 8 black boxes. How many of those boxes do you think they recovered from 9/11? Of the 8?
None.
Well,
what did they tell us? I don't know.
So they confirmed, and I'm going to read off here. That's why I'm not looking at the screen, but they have the Flight 93's cockpit voice recorder. Flight 93 was in Shanksville. They have the last 31 minutes of the audio from that box. So they have the CVR from that one. Okay. I read off telemetry data from the Pentagon plane. So you would think that that box was found, right? No.
Of course not.
According to the 9/11 report. But again, I also referenced a footnote.
That plane landed at Area 51.
Well, I mentioned a footnote, right? So the National Transportation and Safety Board released a report on the FDR from the plane that hit the Pentagon that is now mysteriously missing. That was released in 2002. The 9/11 Commission, when they did their report, they have a footnote, and it said, in accordance with the FAA regulations, United 93's cockpit voice recorder recorded the last 31 minutes of the sounds from the cockpit via microphones in the pilot's headsets, as well as the overhead panel of the flight deck. You ready for this? This is the only recorder from the 4 hijacked airplanes to survive the impact or ensuing fire.
Yeah, right.
So if that's the only one that survived, how do we know the plane was going 530 miles per hour when it hit the Pentagon? Because radar will not tell you that. If it's 10 feet off the ground, radar's not picking up that plane. That plane doesn't exist.
Right.
They also mentioned that plane hit a portable generator before it hit the Pentagon and there was white smoke. How do you know there's white smoke? How do you know it hit a generator? How do you know all that stuff without video footage that's there? But we don't see the video footage. Right. Now, crazy part is CVRs and FDRs from American Flight 11 and United 175, those are the 2 that hit the World Trade Centers, they were never found.
Of course
they
not.
couldn't find them. Tail section of the building, tail section of the plane, you can't find them. So of those 18,
it was all vaporized.
Where they're missing 2, 3 of those 4 planes are of that 18.
That's
of
crazy.
Thousands of accidents since 1961. Something's not right.
What are the odds? I'm sure somebody's ran the numbers. What is the likelihood that could be possible?
But I'll leave it with this last point note for this is the 9/11 Commission discovered that what the government and the military officials had told Congress, the commission, the media, and the public was almost entirely made untrue. In other words, they were trying to cover their ass on certain things. And that's what was in their report. They also said that the director of the Central Intelligence Agency was not forthcoming with a lot of information. Now we're almost 25 years past that event.
Yeah.
And we still don't have a lot of that information.
Never will.
You know,
No.
it just, so, you know, when you talk about conspiracy theories, and like I told you, when there's holes in the evidence, we have to fill in those holes with what we think happened. So yeah, in my opinion, there's one of two things happened, right? Either something besides a plane hit that Pentagon, or that plane landed somewhere else. And again, there was also some talk of a plane that went down at the Kentucky-Ohio border on that same day that no one's talking about. There's no plane number. There's
Really?
nothing.
What?
But there has been people that have come on record to say a plane went down that day at the Ohio-Kentucky border.
Where would that have been heading? What would be out that way?
Well, they think they think that's what the flight is that they tell everyone to hit the Pentagon. But there's a problem. If that's the case, what hit the Pentagon?
Right. A cruise missile.
Well, if it's a missile, one of two things happen. Either we set this whole thing up ourselves.
That's what I believe.
Or someone else compromised our national security. Either way, the government's screwed if they had to admit either one of those.
It was Bush trying to finish his daddy's war is what it was.
Could have been. It could have been.
Like, you can't tell me World Trade Center 7 just falls down for the fun of it.
Yes.
There's no way.
And they lose $1 trillion of something, of debt or something like that.
Yeah, you can't tell me that. Like, okay, so I posted a link in the chat. That's Loose Change 9/11. If you haven't seen it, it's worth a watch. They break down every single aspect of what happened that day. There's footage. You can see all the controlled demolitions through both trade centers.
Absolutely.
You can see every little explosion. Why did they close certain floors at a time prior to what happened?
Really?
And the Pentagon section was the section that was partially under construction.
Y'all are teaching me something. You two are almost telling me this as a viewer because I don't have a lot of insight.
There's so much evidence points to that our government is corrupt as fuck, is what it tells me.
Oh, yeah.
Could be.
100%.
You would almost have to. I mean, from the Pentagon thing, you would have to. I would hate to think that someone compromised our national security and fired a missile at our Department of Defense.
Right.
And we didn't know it. And we had no idea. That's the thing that blows my mind.
Like, what are we doing? What are we doing in Iraq looking for weapons that don't exist?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Weird. And that was Bush's excuse to go back and finish what his daddy started. That's where I'm at on that.
Yeah.
I'm
kind of with you on the controlled demolition piece. You have engineers that come on record their professional careers that are saying
this video.
You have demolition experts. Yeah.
I put in chat. It breaks down temperatures and melting points for steel. Mm-hmm. It breaks down everything. So the two World Center buildings are the only planes in history to be completely demolished by plane strikes. It's never happened in history.
And all 4 black boxes are not found.
Right.
Can't find them. We can find, don't want to be graphic, you can find body parts of human beings that were on that plane. You can't find the black box.
You can't even find an engine of any of the planes.
Yeah.
Like, if a plane hits the ground, you see plane crashes all the time on the news, whatever. There's always a huge debris field.
Yes.
Pennsylvania, the Pentagon, there's nothing. Like, you're telling me, I don't remember what temperature it is that titanium melts at. There's not even...
It's a lot.
There's not, like, jet fuel burning as hot as it could possibly burn would not be hot enough to vaporize titanium, which is like 90% of a jet turbine motor.
There are also photos of the trade centers where they show 45-degree angles cut in some of the steel beams, which is not a construction thing. That's shape charges, yes. That's a controlled demolition to get that to come down.
Yeah. And you can see, I mean, you can see boop, 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 boop.
So the thought is...
It's like you do when they drop any building controlled, you know.
But that opens you up. If it's a controlled demolition, why? Who did it?
So
I don't even believe...
I don't think you could find 2 pilots that would take their own lives.
They weren't piloted. They were remotely operated.
That's what I was going to say.
That was the other... it's the other...
Which is why you would want to keep the box hidden.
But if they're remotely piloted, then who was in the cockpit when the planes hit?
Probably 2 pilots wondering why the plane's not responding to their controls, which is why
that's what I
the
think.
black boxes.
I think it was controlled
elsewhere.
elsewhere.
They'd be on the radio. They'd be on the radio hey, my controls aren't
we're
working,
losing
you're not
control.
responding.
But we don't have the black boxes, so we can't tell.
That's it. You just gave me chill bumps. I never even thought about it. Like, I wasn't aware. I mean, I know there's a lot of controversy that surrounds and swirls around it, and
like watch the loose change. Watch the loose change 9/11, and it'll open your eyes. It's
the government will do absolutely anything.
They point out facts that you're like, oh my god, like, right?
Well, even the report even talked about how they had an idea that something might happen in the future. It didn't necessarily say there was going to be planes, but there was a hint that the government was aware of that something might happen on U.S. soil. They knew that for years ahead of time. They just didn't know when or what.
Aware that they were planning it,
but they were aware that someone's planning something major and something on U.S. soil.
There's good people in the government.
There is.
It's not the government is bad. It's people,
it's not.
Right? Like, it goes all the way back to the days of Julius Caesar. How did he die? This is a bunch of fucking politicians that surrounded him and stabbed him, right? Like, it's been that way since the beginning. So to think that
all money and corruption,
the people in our government aren't the same way. They've just got more power and more resources to do more crazier shit.
It could have been an outside party involved with it. It may not have been the government actually doing a controlled demolition, but you can almost bet that they knew about it. Maybe it was a you scratch my back, I scratch your type thing. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they talk about the JFK files and that assassination, and you know, maybe it wasn't the government that pulled the trigger.
CIA,
but they probably knew who did.
They're saying the CIA.
Well, but there could have been an agreement with someone else that maybe they had to make a deal with someone to have that happen.
Mm.
You know, sacrifice one to save many.
Yeah, the CIA's done some nasty shit. That there's papers you can go on for days and days, like the whole like drugging people back in the day with psychedelics, and like and they were drugging Johns and whorehouses in California to test psychedelics.
It's all in the name of national security, right? So
that is correct.
It's like a union handbook, like it's like a union handbook. At the end of every sentence in a union handbook, at least where I work, it says, or at supervisor discretion, right? It's like, yeah, we're going to protect you, but it's up to the supervisor, you know?
Yeah, that's the
all other duties is assigned.
Right? Yeah, national security. Stuff, like, we're going to ban TikTok for national security. We're going to ban, DJI is banned in the United States.
On the TikTok front.
Drones, yeah.
On the TikTok front.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I can see the TikTok one just because from a technology standpoint with regards to national security, right? Those servers are all controlled in China.
We don't want China seeing our girls shaking their asses on TikTok.
Well, it's not that. They don't care about that. If you remember when Facebook was first up and coming, right? It's like the death of MySpace, here's Facebook. The number one concern that came out was you had kids running around taking selfies in front of their house. So now your privacy is being invaded. That's the concern from the national security. It's not the girls shaking their butts. It's the dipshit employees that are taking photos of stuff in maybe a controlled area that now China can see. And so that's where the concern came through, because everything does. I mean, believe it or not, a lot of your Wi-Fi, like your Wi-Fi enabled vacuum cleaners, some of those are sending data out to China.
So you're bringing up another point that, I totally lost my train of thought right there.
You're talking about
you brought up the robot vacuums and it totally threw me off.
Sorry. I thought we moved the data centers for the United States.
That's the agreement. That's the agreement, but China still controls the application.
I don't think it has anything to do with our data that they care about. 100%. There's so many apps.
It's not controlling the data. I'm going to go technical. You have a firewall.
Privacy.
You have a firewall in place, right? So everybody has firewalls in all of your businesses, okay? Every firewall in the world has port 80 open, and that's the World Wide Web. 443 as well. You want to search the web all the time at work, they have to put a hole in the network in order for you to do that. Now, it's a secure hole, right? It's a secure hole that you should be kind of private. You should be okay. But ransomware still comes in and all this stuff. That's the concern, is that app and those data centers being in China puts a hole in our national security, because that data just roams freely from our country over to their country. We don't control that data anymore. So we can't control that person in front of the Pentagon filming that plane hitting the Pentagon, because that is going over to China. And I'm just using it as
then
like
we
a
can't
tongue-in-cheek
cover it
type
up.
thing. Right. But more importantly is, you're walking inside the building and you don't, they can see the insides. It's just one of those crazy things where we don't want you to see what we have. And it's a very popular app. It's easy to use. People love it. I use it. And you can think of the petabytes of data that's out there, and people complain about data centers here and data centers there, but it's these, we can't live without these. These need data centers to operate, and the more we use these, the
I totally understand what you're saying, but I think it's so much deeper than that. I think
it's more than what's needed.
It's the spread of information that they don't like.
Yes.
More than anything. So politician X comes walking out of a hotel with his mistress. 1,000 people take his picture. Guess what? They can't control the spread of that because it's on TikTok, instantaneous.
Yes.
Right? North Carolina floods out. The government does absolutely nothing to help them. The only way we saw anything was through TikTok. Once Elon Musk got in there with satellite, we started seeing everything. Here's your $700 check you can't cash from the government.
Social media is a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool if used the right way.
They don't want.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we already know Facebook's in the pocket of the government because we've got
Facebook's
proof of that.
trash. I don't even go on Facebook.
We've got proof of that, though. Like, we've got letters that have been sent to Mark Zuckerberg telling them to take down, for the Clinton Trump election, and same with Twitter. You can say Elon Musk he's probably a little bit looser than they'd like
think
because he does have a
bit.
relationship with Trump, and they had a falling out. So maybe could have been something that stemmed from that. I don't know.
But again, when you're a company that size, the slightest bit of negative publicity, look at Tesla, right? When he did the whole Doge thing, and Tesla stock just plummeted because of just word of mouth. So you got to be careful in those that, if the government tells you need to cover something up and you don't cover something up as a social media platform,
they still have control.
You're taking a chance, because if you don't do it, what's going to happen to your platform? What's going to happen to your business if you don't do it?
Right.
You can handle the 1 million people getting pissed. Yeah, 1 million people get pissed.
I don't know.
They're going to come
Maybe
back.
I'm different if I had Mark Zuckerberg's money. You know what I mean? And the government came to me and said, you need to do this or we're taking your website down. I'd be like, fucking take it then. You're not controlling me. I have plenty of fucking money. I have billions of dollars in my back pocket. You want to take my,
Do you though? If government controls the banks.
Right, true.
So you better get a bigger mattress.
Yeah, right. I got cash. I got $1 billion in my safe.
Yeah, they'll just outright take you out. I mean, right? They've taken out presidents. Why wouldn't they take out a CEO?
Yeah, right. No.
Yeah, I mean, it's sloppy. It's sloppy work. And that's
taking out leaders of other countries.
Yeah, this was 2001, but still, it's sloppy.
I think we're so stupid. Like,
I get the JFK why. You could hide more stuff back then in the 60s and stuff because you didn't have social media. You didn't have the internet, right? You have the internet now. It's pretty tough to get away with things now because we are connected to everyone else.
And guess what?
All of us here.
Tougher.
The fastest moving platform they're trying to outlaw. We can't hide it as easy. It's too easy to post shit. You can't control it. Because, one thing happens and everyone there is posting it on TikTok instantaneous because everybody wants to go viral, right?
Yep.
That's like the new thing. You got to go viral.
Oh, yeah.
And any little thing, like, guarantee if I was like bleeding out on the side of the road, there would be somebody in my face with a camera. You know what I mean? Before they're trying to help me.
I'd live stream it, but I'd help you at least.
Right? Hold on. You got a couple more chords to go. I'm going to pull out my phone and record it first.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, chat, this is how we save a person's life. We put the tourniquet on and we do this. See? Yeah. And you want, wait a minute, there's too much blood coming out. Hold on one second. We do this.
I need to do a tracheotomy. Let me move his neck beard out of the way.
Yeah. Lucid, how do you feel so far? Yeah. See, the patient's feeling much better.
Yeah. And that, sadly, that's where we are. You know what I mean?
It is. We live in a digital world. We just don't know it.
Yeah. It's going to be Ready Player One before you know it.
Simulation theory.
Hell yeah.
So what else you guys got theory-wise? I covered my thoughts on the whole Pentagon thing. Like I said, there's all buildings, that building should have a hell of a lot more video footage of what happened.
For me, 9/11
even around
is probably the most corrupt thing I can think of in modern day history. Really.
Yeah, just with the amount of loss of life. I mean, but that last assassination attempt on Trump, I mean,
yeah, that was pretty sketchy as well. Like
there was two though. Which one? Because you had the golf course guy too.
where they shot his ear
He
off.
didn't shoot it, but yeah.
Yeah. Charlie Kirk, there's a whole nother one. Oh my God. I'm trying to get my wife to come on because she's been diving deep into
Candace
that.
Owens.
Candace Owens.
Yep.
Oh my God. She's like so excited to tell me about Candace Owens. I guess Candace Owens put it all on the table today from her meeting with Truth Social. I think that's what's called, Truth Social or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently a lot came out today and she's super excited to tell me about it. So that's what I'm going to be listening to as soon as we're done here. But yeah. But I've been trying to get her to come on because she follows it religiously. She's all about it.
I guess my pushback, like, why would they? I can see with Trump because he's hard to get to, but like somebody with Charlie Kirk, why would you even go to a complex plan of trying to assassinate somebody via sniper shot or bullet? Why wouldn't you just poison their food? I mean, you could poison somebody. You know what I mean? Like you could poison somebody.
They're making a point at the same time. They want it to be public,
right?
Yeah. So it's the point. Gotcha.
Yeah. Assassination attempts are not to get rid of the person necessarily. It's to make them an example of what we think you should not be doing.
And I guess it strikes fear in the hearts of people.
I mean, I guarantee there's plenty of people that are assassinated all the time that they say is a heart attack, or they slip something in their food to made them, have a heart attack or whatever.
You're probably talking about the pyramids and stuff like that later on, but when you think back then, like you had public execution. You did it on purpose. You set an example for everyone else in your city of, hey, don't steal. If you steal, we're cutting your hands off in front of everyone. Or we're going to hang you, or we're going to stone you, or whatever. And that was
you speak out against Israel, everyone shot in the chest like Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. So it's kind of that same principle. Is the more people that can see it, the easier it is for you to get your point across. The problem is, I don't want you to know it's me that's trying to get the point across. But at the same time, we can relate to that of like, oh, here's the subject that he was talking on. Someone obviously didn't agree with those topics or didn't agree with how he was presenting that. And so now we just put the end to him. Now, is that going to shut him up?
Crazy world we live in.
It's going to make it worse. They just don't realize it's going to make it worse. It's like you take away a kingpin for the drug world, and the new kingpin comes in and takes over.
So back to the planes real quick, or we can move on after that. So it was like the guys got on the plane, they had razor blades, and somehow they commandeered the ship.
Box knives, yeah.
Box cutters, yeah. And razor.
That's what they say.
Don't they have protocol just no matter what? Don't unlock the pilot store?
They didn't have a pilot store.
We didn't have it then. That was the thing.
That's what started the pilot store.
They didn't have pilot stores back then?
That's
you should. I hadn't flown yet.
All that started after 9/11.
Yeah. Department of Homeland Security, all that stuff was after 9/11.
And then
the Department of Homeland, it was all created because of it was the how can you say it? The inability for us to handle the situation. We didn't handle the situation like we should have.
Like taking your shoes off at the airport. That came because people tried to hide explosives in their shoes. Liquids, they tried to hide it in water bottles, so and that's where all that came from. It's like everything. If there's a sign on it, a danger sign, it's because somebody fucking did it, right?
Right.
Don't stick your hand in this moving machinery. Well, somebody did that. That's why they got to put a fucking sign on it now.
We have instructions on shampoo bottles.
Yeah.
Don't drink. I can't
like
imagine
Tide Pods, not edible.
A locked door. That's crazy.
Definitely don't eat Tide Pods.
But it wasn't locked then. Like you used to, before 9/11, you had the ability to go in the cockpit and see the pilot, get your picture taken. You know what I mean? It was like an entertainment thing for them.
Well, you still can.
And it was advertising.
You still
can. But I'm just saying the airlines
before the plane takes off.
The airlines use it as a, hey, here's your pilots, it's safe, this is great, They use it as like a marketing tactic to have that.
I did not know that. Wow.
And you took, but again, you look at email. I mean, you take advantage of it.
I remember flying and I could like looking down the aisle and see the pilots. You can see out the window because they didn't even shut the door. They had a door, it didn't lock, but they had a door.
You're so old, Lucid. You probably flew on planes when they were still smoking cigarettes.
I was going to mention that too. Yeah, I wasn't going to say Lucid though, but
I'm so old I could be your daddy.
Oh, that's gonna be tough. Maybe in chat. I mean, there's a few youngins in chat.
Damn, I can't believe the door was just wide open.
Yeah, it was never
no door. That's
the thing. It was.
I am old enough to know I used to be able to smoke wherever the hell I wanted, and
that's
for the most part. Now, shit, I couldn't tell you the last time I smoked. Like I haven't smoked like cigarettes in a long time, but. It used to be mainstream. Crazy to me now. Now I smell one. I'm like, oh my God, bro.
I've got you guys by a number of years, but I know my parents had talked about, in the 60s and stuff, hitchhiking was big. You could hitchhike all the time. And then people started getting murdered. And then hitchhiking's not so good to do anymore. So you have those, we have the way
Facts.
society functions, and then one bad apple spoils the barrel, and then we got to change how we do things. And they say you learn from your mistakes, but really it's we just don't trust people like we used to trust people.
Mm-hmm.
It's all that it is. And now just that trust circle just gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was a kid, I could run around my neighborhood, no problem. Like when my daughter was coming up, I wouldn't let her out of my sight. You know what I mean? It took a lot. Like when she started driving, I was scared shitless for a long time, and still, I'm still nervous because she lives 2 hours away now.
Yes,
and
I'm in the same boat as you are. I get nervous.
Yeah.
I get nervous all the time.
Like
I know she's far enough away that I can't hop in a car and help her.
Like she leaves Friday to fly to Virginia, and I'm freaking out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's going to meet her husband's family for the first time. So, but her flying with me, like last time she flew on a plane with me, we printed off tickets at the kiosk because I gave her her ticket, so she had it, and she left it in the bathroom. We had to freaking get new tickets. It's like and she wasn't even that old, she was she was older. She was probably 16, 17. Like, how do you leave your ticket sitting in the bathroom?
Yep.
Fuck.
I mean, she's not going to make
on the far other end of the airport.
You learn from your mistakes, right?
My God. I don't think I was ever that stupid as a kid. I mean, I'm sure I was.
I don't know. I mean, things were a lot different when I was
Everybody
a kid.
thinks they're smarter than they actually are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When I was growing up, if you made a stupid enough mistake, you get cracked across the face. So you kind of learned real quick.
Oh yeah,
hey,
you
probably shouldn't do that.
My dad had me make a wooden paddle with him with holes through it for aerodynamics, and if I did anything, just the threat of that thing would scare the shit out of me. But just one whack on my ass, and I'm freaking out.
Yeah. I am a wooden spoon survivor.
The belt. I never got the belt, but he always said,
"Oh no, we had the belt. We had the belt. We had the wooden spoon.
I got the belt a couple times.
It's got the hand.
I got the wooden spoon one time, and the spoon broke, and I started laughing, and that was like the biggest mistake I could ever make.
I remember fucking with my mom, and then she'd go to like backhand me, and I'd duck and laugh at her, and then she'd chase me around the house for an hour.
Or dad's right behind you. You don't realize it. Dad's right behind you.
Yeah,
that's always
son of a bitch.
And look, I turned out just fine.
Yeah,
I didn't turn out to be some horrible person that mass murdered people.
No, I think you should.
A little bit of discipline is pretty good.
100%.
I didn't have to with either of my kids. My kids, I just put the fear in them. That's all. You're stupid enough to get arrested, you're going to stay there all night. I'll pick you up later.
Yeah, I've told the story before on here where, I mean, that I remember if mine 3 or 4, like they would get a pat on the butt or whatever when they were bad. And I remember one of mine a few years back. It was like 11 or 12. And like they did something, and I was like, "Oh, I want to spank you," and they're like, "I'm too old. You can't do that anymore." And I raised my hand like this, like this. I was like, "Yeah, still got it."
Bullshit, I can't.
I was like, "Yeah, I still got it."
My daughter's 19. I'll still spank her ass.
My dad still jokes
married.
with me.
I'm gonna still beat that ass.
Yeah. My dad will still joke.
Didn't have to too often.
No,
I think there's different opinions there.
I can only think of one time I actually beat my daughter's ass. Like in public, I grabbed her by the hand, took her outside, just spank back, like 3 times on the ass. Yeah, nope, not dealing with this.
No, I don't care what anybody says.
No, you got to spank them.
It can't be an everyday thing, and
well, there's a difference between beating your kid and spanking your kid.
Correct.
Yeah.
And again, one bad apple spoils the barrel.
It's like controlled demolition versus total chaos. You know what I mean?
That's fantastic. Well-behaved individuals, and you're going to make great human beings out in the world. Anybody that disagrees with me, fuck you.
Yeah,
I got 2 great human beings out in the world, so I'm happy.
Yep.
I think we raised them.
You
right.
Sure do.
Yeah, my daughter. I couldn't ask for a better kid. Honestly, I think I did pretty good myself, but the wife and we did good.
I'm spoiled.
You're doing a lot better with her not being in the house now. You're kind of
shopping list.
Oh man, it's kind of wild. She's not, it's
not as bad as it was. Like the last time I was on, I think it was either just starting to happen. Maybe I think she was just getting married, so it was that
she got married in August. So
it was that Jesus, it's happening type thing. And
I've come to
each
terms
day gets
with
a little
it now,
bit easier.
But I miss her.
Sure,
I think I've seen her twice.
That's crazy
Since she moved out.
And that's sad. That's probably the biggest fear, right? Is just the losing the connection.
Well, yeah.
Well, and as soon as he gets out of the military, they're moving to God knows where. I think the last I talked to him, it was Tennessee they were moving to.
I'll see you out here this way, buddy.
Yeah, as soon as we retire, we're going wherever they are. I've been informed. I don't know. I would love to get out of this state. This state sucks.
I'm fully
Definitely awful.
prepared. Like I'm setting myself up in life for, you know, wherever they go. They're close enough. I know they'll stick together as sisters. And so that's all I really asked out of all of them, to try to be somewhere around about each other so I can be there too. So wherever it is, I'll pack my bags. And
I got one an hour away, and I got one that's 2-hour plane ride away. So
I've already abolished
wild,
the
Zach.
California, like that whole California dream thing.
No, California's dead to me. California was dead to me when I moved away.
Oh, I can get it because as a kid, I 49ers fan. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I want to go to San Francisco. I want to go to LA. And so I can see as a younger generation where anybody just the all, but that shine's gone from that state, and they've realized that too. So that's off the list. And New York for the most part as well. So now they're looking at places like Texas and
like this state I'm in is so insane.
Florida
like
and
you know the
Georgia.
cans of Rogue or Zins, they're like $5-6, $3 I think maybe right now. I think they're $3.50 a can right now. First of the year, they're going up to over $10 just in tax. Like ammo here, they did like 100% tax on ammo.
damn,
They've outlawed anything fun related with firearms.
Bro, what about electric bills for y'all? So my sister in our family chat, she showed her electric bill for last month was $726.
holy shit!
Tripping out. Now she's got her house is like 5 of mine, but still, she showed like where it went up. Her average bill was like $240 to it jacked to like 700. So they're trying to figure out why. So then I looked at mine, and mine wasn't bad, but I started like paying attention to the rates. And so there was 1 month last year where last month I used 900 kilowatts. It was a really low month. It wasn't cold yet and it wasn't hot. And that was like $145 basically for 800 kilowatts. Well, last year I used double that this month. So it was 1,800 kilowatts. So it was like $210. Well, then I looked at my bill and did the math, and I said, if I were to use that 1,800 kilowatts this year, my bill would be $78 higher, which I'm fully expecting my next bill is probably going to be outrageous. But yeah, our electric's gone up. By my math, for every 100 kilowatt hours, it was like a $14 increase or something like that.
I don't know. My bill's not bad at all. I don't even look what I use. I just pay it, you know what I mean? But it's not anything crazy.
Ours went up big time.
Of course.
I mean, what is that like?
Of course, the only thing really drawing power in my house is my setup. You know, this room I'm in. Like my heat is gas, and my wife likes it cold as shit in my house. That's why I'm wearing a hoodie right now. Like
I had been on gases.
All the heat in my room down here is pretty much from the setup. I think it's pretty warm in here actually, but like right now I got the garage door open. The garage door is cracked open. It's like 38 degrees outside or something. My energy bills.
We'll see what everybody's energy bill is in January.
My fuel bill though, fuel gas tax here is insane. I think it's second highest in the country. It's absolutely nuts. Nuts. I want to say I pay over $1.10 per gallon just in tax.
And Zach no longer shops at Target.
At least the cop knew him.
Yeah, I want to move. I want to move to a red state that doesn't charge me for taking a piss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The like property tax here is insane. Every tax is insane here. I don't know what your like sales tax is where you're at, but here it's in my county is 9.2%.
Mine for me right now is property taxes, or because our nice country counties being sold out from under us by the board of directors is just corrupt. Board of directors is like has hundreds of acres of property and like all these solar farms and this and that and the others being sold to these companies. So they're just making hand over fist, and then that's driving taxes through the roof. So
right.
I mean, I think, did I tell the story last week about my mortgage?
Can't remember.
So I refinanced my mortgage like 8 years ago or something like that. Really great rate, like 2.9%, 3. It's really super low mortgage rate. And my payment was under $1,300. It was like $1,285 or something like that. I haven't done anything. I haven't refinanced. My mortgage payment today is up to $1,800. Just from property taxes and insurance increases.
Yeah, since I bought my house, my monthly payment's gone up about $500 a month.
That's insane.
Yeah. I'm hoping, look, so I got a really good interest rate. I'm at like 3%, 3.5%, something like that, when we bought this place. And this downside of that is I have PMI, right? Because we went FHA. So I have mortgage insurance or whatever it is.
Yep.
So that's like $200 a month on top. But now the interest rates are so crazy, I can't refi.
Same.
But Trump's talking about making interest rates as low as 1% next year, 2026. So if that happens, I'm refinancing this place and I'm putting every debt I have, cars, everything, into the mortgage at 1%. And I think I could pay my house off in like 10 years. Which would
I'm not an economist, but I don't see how that'll work.
Yeah, who knows?
Can
Tariff
you,
money.
if you get enough equity, can you get? I think you get the PMI removed though if you get enough equity into the house.
I have enough equity, but you still got to refi.
You have to refi though, no matter what. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got to refi. It's like built into the FHA loan.
Oh, I've got like 200 grand in equity right now, and I'm trapped. Like, yeah, I refuse to pay 6-7%.
No, there's no way.
Yeah, no,
no way. Yeah, you're talking double the interest rate if I was to refinance right now to save $200, which I'd be paying.
Then again, I thought maybe I need to look into it. I mean, maybe it'll still be cheaper than. I wouldn't extend
if
the
you
years
have
or anything.
If you have a 30 and you go to a 15, you'll save it. That's what we end up doing. We went from a 30 to a 15. So you had a higher payment, but we paid our house off quicker.
Yeah. Oh, I plan on doing a 30, but making double payments. That way, if I'm struggling one month, I don't have to make that huge payment.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
I have another plan. I was just going to sell my house and take the equity and buy a damn mobile home, put it on my dad's property, and be debt free. The only debt I have is my house and my truck. Like, literally, if I did that, my only debt would be my truck. Everything would be paid for.
Yeah, I've got 3 car payments right now. Mine, the wife's, and the kids, you know, and then a couple credit cards. Nothing crazy, but just the car payments are insane. Car payments.
Yeah, I'll have another car payment next year. I'll buy my kid a Tesla.
Hey, so I heard a trick, by the way, for rats. You put dryer sheets like in your engine bay and shit, because this just happened. Cost me $1,000 to get this fixed.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I picked up my truck today. So at work, because it's storming so bad here, and apparently Toyota uses soy-based insulators on their wiring.
Soy-based?
Yeah, it's soy-based, so the rats love the shit.
No fucking way.
So
It's good for the environment, though.
Yeah, so I've never seen a rat at my house, but at work we see them all the time. And I think because it was so stormy and I parked like near the woods, the thing crawled up into my engine and ate the wiring harness on my truck.
That's a pretty common, yeah.
And I mean, it was just the wire to this plug. That's all it was. And the unfortunate part is, in order to get to that, they got to remove the entire intake, replace gaskets, everything else. So they had to replace the entire wiring harness because it didn't just eat from the plug here. It ate from the plug all the way to the main harness. Nothing left. So
it was one hungry rat.
Yeah. Fuck. That happened while I was at work.
Or it's a whole family.
Because I get out to my truck, I got a check engine light, I got no traction control. I'm like, what the hell? Apparently in Toyotas, anytime it throws an engine light, it throws a traction control also. For some reason. Puts it in like a basic limp mode type thing. So yeah, cram dryer sheets in your engine bay.
I'm not doing that. Not.
It's cheaper than $1,000 repair.
Yeah.
Open the hood of this is the best smelling truck I've ever smelled.
No,
it smells like
it's not like you're just
April
like
fresh.
have them sitting everywhere in there. You just stick them in all the little hidey holes throughout,
I guess you'd pass that emissions inspection a lot easier, huh?
Catching fire.
Yeah, we don't have one here. That's one thing the state
we
has
do
going
in PA.
for it. I mean, counties do. Mine county doesn't.
Maybe instead of the smell of weed, I'll smell dryer sheets. That'll be great.
There you go.
Not for you, but like I can be traveling down Interstate 95 going 80 miles an hour and I'll catch a fucking whiff of marijuana.
You hit a pocket of it, yeah. It's like, where'd this come from?
It's insane.
Yes.
Bro, I'm in Washington State. They grow that shit everywhere now.
Oh my God. I can stand in my driveway.
Yeah. My neighbor
supermarket park a lot.
My neighbor grows his shit in
everywhere.
his shed out back. And he has this big vent fan that blows and all he smells of weed in my backyard.
Yep.
Wild.
Shift the conversation to
horrible idea.
One, if you didn't know this, December 19th, we all can see Three Eye Atlas. All you need to do is go into a place that doesn't have a lot of light pollution, and you can stand outside and look. Man, I forgot the name of the constellation.
I have that place, but it's literally 4 hours north of here.
The Leo constellation, I believe it is. You'll be able to see it glowing off in the distance. And if you use like the Galaxy, Google Space, where it gives you the star map, you'll be able to identify where it's located that way and be able to see it with
The
your
one
naked
problem
eye.
I have is good luck getting a clear night.
Yeah, where you're at. Well, that's the other thing I wanted to ask you about was the weather.
Atmospheric
so that's
river. No, it's still pouring. It was like I went to get my truck. It wasn't raining at the moment, but like last night it downpoured all night. I got absolutely soaked at work. It's been a lot of rain, like most I've ever seen. I like my old house, I had it flood before, just ground seepage through the foundation and whatnot. And I imagine that house flooded again a lot this year. You know, I'm glad I don't live there anymore. But yeah, it's been really bad. Like I don't know if you guys seen anything on the news about Washington State. That's most of that's about an hour north of me. Like where I'm at, I'm on a peninsula. There's no like rivers or anything. It's salt. I'm surrounded by salt water. So I mean, if we had a big earthquake, a tsunami could get me. It would have to come inland quite a ways because I'm Puget Sound on a peninsula, so it'd have to come through the entire sound to get here. But it would definitely come up. We've had tsunami warnings here before, like the Japan earthquake that caused all the tsunamis. There was warnings here, but I seen some dude on TikTok rambling about how he predicts earthquakes and he's usually 4 days within prediction and all this shit.
I saw that too. I saw him on
I
YouTube.
sent it to you, and that he's predicting between December 20th and the 24th being a 9.0 earthquake, basically erasing all coastal towns in the Pacific Northwest. Is it true? I don't know. This dude seemed to be pretty passionate about it.
I would think San Andreas would go in the water first.
Well, if that happens, it's going to set off the fault that I'm on, which is, Mount Rainier, Mount Adams, Mount St. Helens, lahars so in the United States, Mount Rainier has the most ice, and they're talking 100-mile-an-hour mudslides off of that mountain.
Would it be like Mount St. Helens?
Yeah, only it's a lot more populated around Rainier.
Right.
So
with the eruption, it's going to melt that ice instantly. Like it's going to be instantaneously turning into water.
with massive lahars moving it, God knows how fast. Because like Seattle is built on an ancient Mount Rainier lahar. So all Seattle, Tacoma, Puyallup, that everything from between me and Rainier would be gone.
And it's a dormant volcano too. So it's not like it's extinct. It's dormant. It could hit.
Oh, yeah. And I don't know if you've been watching it, but there's been it's been very active as of late. Mount Rainier has been very active. They're actually predicting another volcano that's just off the coast of Oregon underwater. They actually are setting up cameras around that because it's predicted to go anytime. And they want to have it, the first underwater volcanic eruption of its kind on video. It's not like we've all seen the like bubbling lava in Hawaii and stuff underwater and shit like that. This would be an actual eruption underwater is what they're trying to film. They have underwater cameras set up around this thing.
It's kind of crazy. It's getting dark. Stop.
But yeah, man, if Rainier goes, fuck, I think I'd be okay, but I'd be stuck.
Well, you might want to fast forward those plans and move into Tennessee if that's the case.
Yeah, no shit. But then I got to worry about like everything over there.
Just make sure you go live on TikTok.
Yellowstone.
Okay? Yeah, could you live stream that for us?
If I had internet, I could. Yeah, for sure. Here's Rainier, because like, yeah. if I go
Rainier and check out this pocket knife.
I can't see it. I can't see it from my house, but if
we don't want Blair Witch.
I can't see it from my house, but if I drive 10 minutes and get, I can see Rainier clear as day. Rainier is massive. You can see it from everywhere where I'm at.
It is beautiful.
Just send me a picture. Take your Sony ZV-E10 off its mount.
Oh, I put a video driving over the bridge of the mountain, on TikTok, and they got me for nudity. They flagged me for nudity. I'm literally driving down the highway filming a mountain. And
does the mountain look like a breast or something?
I don't know. For nudity. Okay, well, whatever.
Naked mountain.
That's my love for TikTok right there.
I'm gonna play a little game. I didn't plan this out either. So think back 100 years from today. What's like what's going on? What do you imagine? What's historically going on?
In the future, you mean?
No, in the past.
In the past, 100 years from now?
100 years back. 1925.
Yeah.
What am I imagining? What it's going to be like?
What's happening? Like, what's going on? Was like a world war? There's cars and stuff, right?
25? That's
There'd be cars. Cars were invented in like 1901.
it's the roaring
All right,
20s,
then
baby.
Roll back another 100 years. 1825. What's that look like?
That's
I believe the
funny
steam
hats.
industry, like steam engines, locomotives.
Okay.
No
Another
cars.
100 years. 1725.
It's the
United States isn't. 1776.
17
we're
yeah.
running around with feathers in our head.
Yeah, we were here, but we were wearing red petticoats.
1676. Was that Columbus sailing the ocean blue?
That was 1492.
How many people ago is that?
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. So, like, if you think back to, like, how far we've come in, like, the last couple 100 years, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So let's talk about these things that happened.
Well, are we considered a great civilization? I'd say we are. Every great civilization has an expiration date. Every great civilization has an expiration date through throughout.
We've come a long way in 100 years, right?
Yeah.
So do we really know what happened 5,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago?
Not really. I mean, I think our biggest flaw is everything's based on theory, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not based on fact. You prove the facts later on down the road, and then it's a question of, do you want to change that theory? What I'm getting at is, you talk about Oak Island, for example, where they're saying Oak Island, where they're saying people were over here before Christopher Columbus was over here.
Mm-hmm.
But we were always taught Christopher Columbus discovered America. Obviously, if the Vikings or someone was here before that, then that isn't the case. But will they accept that, and will they change the history books to acknowledge it first? Well, yeah, the Vikings would be here too. So with ancient civilizations, like, all we have is carbon dating, and carbon dating is flawed. So
yeah, it's not.
We don't know. And then there could be stuff that's and you're probably covered, Squrl, with there's things underneath us that have been buried that we don't know about. There's things that we haven't discovered yet. There's Antarctica. There's there's a whole bunch of stuff that we don't know exists just quite yet. But it was there, but we don't have a history of it because it was a civilization that didn't document things. Like the Egyptians, had the hieroglyphics, but a lot of civilizations did not have any type of a written language. It was all word of mouth. So how do you find about those individuals without having somebody from that lineage that had survived it, that had passed those stories on to someone else, that then documented it in a writing format that we could read today?
I have no idea what Squrl Master is talking
I know.
about.
I'm just staring at it like, what the hell is that?
There's no way you expected us to know what the hell 44 MGA.
We're not smart.
Is that like a bra size or something? We still talking about the nudes on the mountain.
When I first saw it, I thought he was talking about like like 44 mag or something.
Yeah. First thing. And I thought Georgia.
Yeah, 44
ASMR.
Yeah, I'm lost. I don't know. You got to explain this.
Yeah, give us some more details.
You're gonna have to break that down. Just give us to dumb that down for us, buddy.
Like the whole time Negley's talking, I'm just staring at it like, what in the hell is that?
I feel like
I think so.
You did mention writings. So there's tons of writings that go way back. So some of the earliest writings we had was from Mesopotamia, is where we started getting a lot of, obviously, hieroglyphics. And you mentioned hieroglyphics. Did you know that? Okay. Hieroglyphics is a very, very difficult language to understand and get down, but it's very specific in its use of symbols. And do you know that there's no moment in time, at least that we found, where the language was forming? It just becomes.
Well, the pictures isn't language. That's the thing. The pictures are the language.
But the oldest things we've found, the language is fully established. It's everything's set. There's no, even with the English language or even Latin, we can see gradually where the language was building and getting more sophisticated. There's nothing with that with hieroglyphics. It's just good right out the gate.
Right. And I guess that's what I'm getting at. There wasn't that was the written language. We're used to letters and numbers. And hieroglyphics are not letters and numbers; they're pictures. Because then everything was visual. So you interpreted things, and you wanted to pass that along. You described it in a visual way, as opposed to writing on a piece of paper the word plane, for example. They drew a plane.
But the symbols they used were all the same. So the symbol for a tree was the same throughout. You didn't just. It wasn't just.
Yeah, it was a language, but it was pictures.
Yeah. But the
Yeah.
pictures were very specific. Like, it wasn't just you drawing a tree and what you think a tree looks like and me drawing a tree.
Yep.
You know, like it was a certain symbol for it. So
And the crazy
now I
thing,
see what they're doing. 69, the chat room language.
oh God. Yeah. So the language piece and stuff, being that it's visual, you know that object existed at that period of time. And you had shared a video with me. I talk about Göbekli Tepe, if I'm saying that correct. And they found statues of things or carvings of things that shouldn't have existed in that area. Like they weren't native, or at least our understanding was that particular animal or creature shouldn't have been there at that time. But somehow it had to be there because there's a drawing of it. And those civilizations, they drew what they saw. So they had to have known that that animal exists. And so they drew it.
Yeah,
but,
and there were star maps there too, which they shouldn't have had any idea of how constellations and all that were. And then we're talking, this is Göbekli Tepe was dated to 11,800 BC. That's 14,000 years ago.
Yeah,
that's 14,000.
That's before we thought, man. Yeah, that's before we thought our science dated back. We thought it was like 9,000 years was our max, and then that shows up, and they're saying that predates it by another 2,000 years. And we found that one. That's kind of my point. Is we found that one that was buried in the ground. You know, what other ones are sitting out there buried in the ground that could be even older than Göbekli Tepe? You know, there could be something there that could be, you know, millions of years old. We don't know it.
So that's like 11,800 is pretty much our ceiling right now, I think, of where the oldest of oldest structures that it's not just rocks, you know, it's structures that have meaning, purpose. They're civilized. There's writings that make sense and, you know, star maps. We've always thought the pyramids, we've been told the pyramids are 2,000 years old. And, you know, there's a lot of people pushing back on that now. There's good scientific data that people think the Sphinx can be about 8,000 years old, which starts to put it right after the end of the last ice age. And
that it was a dog.
That through, and they proved that through weathering. Just, I mean, Egypt hasn't had like significant rainfall for thousands of years. And it's hard to believe, but Egypt used to be like a thriving, like, you know, green place.
I think the Sphinx has watermarks. I think they found watermarks towards the base of the Sphinx, which is what kind of started the whole, hey, it's got to be a lot older than 2,000 years ago because there's watermarks on it, and there shouldn't be watermarks on that in the desert.
Sorry.
And so I guess what I'm getting at is there was been a new release, and this is data that was from 10 years ago, but it hasn't been allowed. They haven't been allowed to get it out because Egypt is so fucking weird about letting people dig around any of those sites.
It doesn't. Yeah, they're afraid that it'll tell us something that it goes against what they have told us already.
Correct. They don't want to change history. We've been told a certain thing for forever. And they don't want to be proven wrong.
Oh yeah. That whole, but that's next level. So even our archaeologists are pretty pompous. At least that collective group. I mean, we've seen it if you've watched any of the Joe Rogan episodes where he's had Graham Hancock on, that he's really pushed back and with scientific data and theories. Right? It's all theoretical. There's no way any of us can go back and prove anything, but the outside of the box thinking is really being like shut down by mainstream. But Göbekli Tepe is really what was the nail in the coffin for him, because they told us there was no civilizations older than 6,000 years ago, and that was Mesopotamia. And then they found Göbekli Tepe, and that fucking blew the lid off everything.
Right.
But to think those fucking pyramids to this day, if you think people built those with ramps and fucking pulleys, there's no way.
You could do the base. You could do the first couple layers with the ramp theory, and I've seen that, and it's plausible. But how do the top like 10 stones get put on that damn thing? There's no cranes.
They can't even
nothing.
build a pyramid with modern day technology.
No.
They can't.
And we're looking at, I've talked about this before, like they look like shit now. They used to be fully white and covered in
marble.
Limestone. Limestone with a real gold cap at the top, like solid gold. And of course, it's been robbed and
it's been looted.
People stole the
most of the tombs and stuff are looted and whatnot.
Imagine seeing a freaking white pyramid with a gold ass, big ass 14 karat gold cap off in the middle of the freaking desert. when it was in its glory.
You know,
That's
but
freaking mind blowing.
You have to look at yourself as
how
we were also taught that these are all, and this is also the crazy thing is that, you know, that those are tombs, right? They're pharaoh tombs.
There's never been a pharaoh found in one.
But I'm just saying, but if you think about that, you think of the manpower that it would take to create
Power
that.
plants.
Right? Right. But exactly, if you're the pharaoh, you're still alive. So they don't know you're a pharaoh until you're a pharaoh. So therefore, they don't know when to build the pyramid until you're a
They
pharaoh.
just build a pyramid for the next pharaoh.
Exactly. But you're building
like
something.
It would take a really long
and
time.
then they spin the wheel.
You would
to see
think,
who
right?
wins.
I mean, how long does it take us to put a highway system in? You're talking about this giant ass
Fucking
pyramid,
years.
right? You know what I mean?
Man,
So you're building this entire pyramid before I die as the pharaoh, because it's my burial place. And they were
How many years did it take to build Disney World?
Well, I'm just saying, you know,
so I moved here in 1989. They just finished the freeway. A couple, like
yeah, but I mean that was important. Like you, as a pharaoh, the afterlife was very important, and you had to. They believed that you could take all your material possessions with you in the afterlife, and so they needed these big temples and whatnot to store all this stuff, thinking it's going to go with them. So when you became the pharaoh, it's like, hey, when's my shit getting built? Because I'm not going to last forever. And they weren't living to be hundreds of years old either. No. I mean, these people had to have built this thing within 20 years, you would think.
I think the average life was like 40 or something like that. 35, 40. They didn't have medicine.
Yeah. So, you know, you've got a shit ton of people building this thing, if that's what it is. Now, you mentioned power plant, and that's some of the theories that they've come up with is, you know, maybe the pyramids had more of a purpose than a tomb. You know, maybe the tomb was how we're interpreting it. You know, we're interpreting it as we think is a tomb, but perhaps it was something else. And maybe they were a far more advanced civilization than what we give credit to, because there's no, at least I didn't see any like instruction books on how to build a pyramid from start to finish. And then again, think about this. Who's the architect of that? How's that person know how to make all those secret chambers inside with these bricks that are several tons in weight?
Well, how do they...
Are you drawing a picture in the sand and hoping the wind doesn't come by and blow it away?
Well, how much did one of those stones weigh that aren't even from that region?
Yeah, they were quarried. They were quarried from miles away.
Yeah, just to move the stone to the building site is insane.
And so the latest,
the GPR shows there's stuff underneath them. So
yeah, that's under
if there's
the
stuff underneath the pyramid, that means that part was built first. So now you dug a giant ass hole to put the stuff in.
Like, yeah, how were you digging holes back then?
I don't know.
With a friggin'
I'm old, but not that
shovel
old.
and a pick.
Yeah, so we talked about the ground scans underneath the pyramids that they're doing, and it's showing stories down. There's like these long columns and cylinders. Well, now there's a whole separate story about this labyrinth, right? And anytime we think of labyrinth, I think of the movie with Bowie, Labyrinth, yeah. In Greece, right? You think about the Greece labyrinth there, and it had like, it was some mythological creature you had to defeat in the, right? It's like an old story.
What?
Well, now there's a labyrinth in Egypt that's always been talked about, but it's just rubble. But in all these stories, and there's multiple stories that go past from hundreds of years between different historians, and the myth was that this thing was 3 levels underground, which just sounds crazy. But now, 10 years later, we've got all this scientific data about this labyrinth that it's there, and there's this large metal omega shaped structure at the center of it. It is the size of, do you remember the size? It was something huge. It was like
3 football fields,
feet or something like that.
Oh,
massive.
The metal thing was 3 football fields. I thought it was like the size of they said it was bigger than the
I think it's
in
a
Paris,
Stargate.
the Eiffel Tower. It was bigger than the
That's
Eiffel
right.
Tower.
Yeah, it's bigger than the Eiffel Tower.
This large metal ring that's upright. It's standing upright. Underground, 3 layers, 3 levels. And in the 3 levels, it's all built of stone. It's got hollow points, but there's like a chamber. So this ring kind of goes in the middle of all 3 levels. So you would be able to see the top from level 3, you know, the middle, and then down. And it's just there underground. It's there, and nobody will fucking dig it. Egypt says no. We're not going to dig it. We just can't. We can't do that. You know, like what is that? And if you're listening in and you haven't heard anything about this, we probably sound nuts. But Lucid, Negley, and we've all researched this prior to the podcast because the information was just let out this year, and I mean, to me, it's just baffling the shit that's we don't know about and things that are being kept from us. Like you Google search it now, the labyrinth in Egypt. Labyrinth.
Tomato.
Like
country, man. I'll say it's a fucking.
It's like the legend is they used to take alligators and like mummify the alligators and put jewels in their eyes, and there's whole tombs dedicated to these alligators in there. And like the bottom 2 levels were only what were they called? They're not priests or same difference,
Catacombs?
I guess. Huh?
Were they catacombs?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I don't remember the word they used, but it was controlled by them, and only them and them alone are the only ones that could go down there.
Yeah,
and it's set up in such a way that if you were to get in, you'd never get out.
Yeah, and it's set to be it's supposed to be a library, a history, and in all the stories that were passed down, like literally, there's a story from a guy from history that's telling the story of the labyrinth and what it was about, and there's other people hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years later that visited it, that went in it, and wrote another story that corroborates what they said 1,000 years earlier. You know what I mean? Like, What the fuck?
Wild.
I think the crazy part too, when you mentioned it, was the alligator. That's what, when I saw that video, I'm like, how is there an alligator?
Shout out Y-Files.
Because, yeah, exactly. Shout out Y-Files. Because an alligator kind of needs water to live.
Right.
There's no water in Egypt there. Like
the lizard people.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just saying it's.
Well, now there's not.
But then to mummify it and put jewels on it, you must have thought that it was a spiritual creature of some sort.
Right.
Because why else would you want to mummify it?
Yeah.
Why else would you want to glorify that animal unless it had some type of spiritual value to your society? Right. We don't know that. We have no idea.
It's a library. Like, what's down there? What kind of histories?
Let us in. Like, I want to know what the hell's under the Sphinx. There's a chamber under the Sphinx.
I want to go in that labyrinth.
It's supposed to have
It's a labyrinth.
40-meter long metallic object, and then it's supposed to be the size of 10 football fields underground with 3 levels.
But is it underground though? Because I was thinking about that too. Like,
it might not always be underground.
If Egypt had a whole bunch of water, like again, the Sphinx has watermarks and stuff on its base and everything. Maybe that wasn't as far underground. Maybe all that sand came in after the fact, after the water was gone. So maybe the pyramid's a lot bigger than what we think the pyramid is.
The labyrinth isn't on the site of the pyramids. It's like
no, it was away from it.
Site. Yeah. Now there's separate data that shows there's connecting chambers and tunnels underneath the 3 pyramids in Gaza as well.
By what?
But that's
GPR,
separate.
right?
That's separate from the That's separate from the labyrinth.
Those like vertical shafts.
Yeah.
Well, I know when they
either way, like how are we even taught? Like, how do they 4,000, 8,000 years ago? How are they building?
That's what I'm saying.
3-story deep structures underground.
Who's the architect and where's the drawings on how to do it?
You know, Egyptian government has got into those. I mean,
well, it's probably sitting underground in the labyrinth.
It's like, oh, there's this huge cave in my backyard, but I'm never going in there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You stay away from it, little Jimmy.
Bullshit.
No, you're going in there. You found something. Now I don't want anyone else going in there. That's what it is.
That's what
we know it's there, i.e. the Egyptian. They know it's there. They just don't want to share that.
Yeah, they're trying to protect the technology or the resource or the history that's in there and keep it for themselves.
Yes. And I'm not trying to change the subject, but like the Bible, for example, the Bible that we have today is not the Bible that was first created. There were stories that were removed on purpose because they felt that those chapters were too controversial and would steer away from what they're trying to convey to everyone.
The Book of Enoch.
So I think it's kind of the same thing. I think it's the same principle. Is they're hiding this stuff on purpose because they want to control our thinking. We're thinking down a certain path. They want to keep us down that path, and they don't want us to, wait a minute, no, it actually goes this way. I.e., Göbekli Tepe being 9,000 years old, but really, historically, we've only been here for far less than that. I think there's other things down there that are far older.
Well,
we just haven't found them yet.
Göbekli Tepe has been...
Oh, what did you say? You said that all wrong.
How do you say labyrinth?
Assholes.
Say labyrinth, Squrl.
Labyrinth.
There we go.
like Gobekli Tepe is now under like contractor. You know, they built a thing over. You
Oh,
can't even,
BlackRock. Yeah,
you
BlackRock's
can't even
fucking
see it.
owns that.
BlackRock's corrupt as fuck, and you can't even
Absolutely.
see. You know, they built roofs over it, so you can't even see what the hell they're doing now. You know.
Yeah.
Well, it's erosion control.
Yeah, bullshit.
Come on.
Bullshit.
So the thought is, if we knew something was coming, like a mass catastrophe, like what you were talking about, Lucid. You know, if we knew as a civilization
They wouldn't tell anyone.
we were going to get ended,
They wouldn't tell anyone.
We would do things to protect our knowledge, our technology. We would build vaults, underground vaults and stuff, right? Like anybody that watched Fallout, Vaultec, is this what that was? Is a library to protect all that data because they knew
It could be
that big flood was coming from the Younger Dryas after the end of the Ice Age. Is that what that? Because all that's timed together. So 9,800 years ago, the flood that wipes everything out.
But you didn't know that flood was coming. Or
somebody did.
Right? You know, I mean, it's like why do it? It's
in the stories. They say they did. They say the Anunnaki, the people from the stars, are the ones that gave them all this knowledge. They gave them the knowledge of language. They gave them the knowledge to build these structures. They gave them the knowledge of everything. These mystery people, the alligator people, whatever it's called. And that's another thing. Like, what if you look at the Bible and you look at all the other religions around the world? They all talk about floods.
They do.
They all talk about a big flood.
Floods are inevitable.
You got to put it in perspective, though, too. And I'm not discrediting the Bible or anything like that, but when we look at this information, we have the habit of interpreting it in the view that we have right now of today's world, not the world that they experienced. So, for example, we talked about a tsunami, right? The tsunami that hit Japan. If my whole knowledge of what I think the world is just the state of Pennsylvania, and I don't know that the other 49 states exist, and I don't know the rest of the world exists, and a tsunami hits me, I would think the entire world had flooded. But in reality, the state of Pennsylvania flooded. It's still a bad time for millions of people, but in that perspective, we have to try to interpret these things by what those individuals saw at that time. And so, you have other things that we can talk about at some other point. When you talk about Anunnaki, you talk about other sky people. They refer to sky people coming in, and they talk about these firebirds and these fire chariots and these fire things. Those could be rocket ships. Those could be some type of, when you think of a rocket goes in space, a big, huge flame is at the end of it. If you don't know what a rocket is, you're going to describe it as best you could. I always give the example of try to explain a cellular phone to Abraham Lincoln.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's how could you do that? Like if you were a time traveler and you went back in time, how could you explain to those people how would you explain to someone what this is if the infrastructure doesn't exist?
Right. Maybe,
you know what I mean? They would describe what it is. Oh, it's a black rectangle. Right. Is how they would describe it.
So the Anunnaki to them could be just us in the future, time traveling.
It could be time travel. It could be space travel.
Could be a simulation.
It could be a simulation. I think we're crazy to think we're the only ones that are here on this entire
the Anunnaki
space.
were like 9 foot tall.
Yeah, Atlas. They're coming to visit right now. They're on their way.
The Anunnaki were like 9 foot tall, and there's a lot of detailed story about
there is
what they thought.
And that could help. That could help with the pyramids. I mean, they're probably
low gravity,
bigger, stronger, or I mean. When you think about it, you look at all the technology that we've developed over the past couple hundred years you just talked about. Who's to say they didn't have that same technology? They just did it in a different way. Like they had these abilities to move large things, but it wasn't cranes. They had some other type of technology that it was never passed along, or it was never in a hieroglyphic.
They say it was through harmonics, like through
It could be through vibrations, through sound, but we don't know that because we're used to what we have today. We're used to our foundations today thousands of years ago. And that information's gone for good. It's kind of like when your coworker leaves and the replacement coworker comes in and that knowledge walks out the door with that coworker. That civilization, if they didn't take the proper precautions to preserve their history of what they're doing, i.e. the labyrinth that's under the ground with a big library, how much stuff was lost over the past thousands of years because either they didn't have a written language or they just didn't have a way of communicating what they had. And so it just got lost. When that civilization was gone, that technology was gone with them.
Yeah, and that was, so with that flood, Lucid, you said floods happen all the time, but like that particular moment in time at the end of the ice age, the ocean rose over 200 foot.
Oh yeah.
Like you're talking like water would probably get the United States would be half of what it is now
So
if the road rose 200 foot.
imagine water rushing over sand, how it ripples, right? There are in the middle of the desert, there is mountain ranges that are nothing but those ripples. And that signifies an ancient flood, a wall of water 20 miles high. You know what I mean? It would take a wall of water 20 miles high to create that.
It's out there by you too.
It's it's all over the place.
I mean, we have.
Well, they think that comet actually struck above you, that large meteor that triggered the end of the ice age. It caused all that glacial. There's another word, glacial melting.
Yeah.
It's a lot, man. There's a lot if you bury your head and just watch the Fox News and CNN and
I've seen
TikTok.
Theories that the Gulf of America is
stuff.
a impact site. You know, if you look at it, it's perfectly round. You know,
I mean, the crazy part is we have fossilized remains of amphibious creatures on mountains.
Oh yeah,
it was all shouldn't exist, right? Shouldn't exist.
There's straight bottom feeding ocean dwellers on mountains, you know, fossil.
And all those religions, all those religions, South America, North America, all the way over to Asia, to the African continent, they all talk about after the flood, these people showing up and teaching them the ways.
Yeah. I mean, some of the fossils on top of mountains also could be from the plates pushing together from a seabed, right? Pushing that up, but I think it's more of flooding.
It's just, it's not normal.
It used to be underwater, you know, so.
We know that flood happens.
Prior to an ice age, all that water is liquid, right? Like right now, if we went into an ice age, water levels would be gone. It would all be ice essentially at that point, you know.
Would sink, yeah.
Yeah. So who knows? Who knows what? And then like if all of our ice melted right now, like a lot of coastline would be gone. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And I don't
think it's enough to flood the whole world, though. That's the thing.
No. But you know, as much as we have now,
during the ice age, the ice used to cover all the way down to almost Tennessee. Like if you think about how far the ice came down, I mean, you're talking about a completely different Earth in the ice age. And when that catastrophe happened, it wasn't a slow melt. It was like super fast melting, and it was just catastrophic. Like just.
But what if the water tables were much lower then, though? And maybe the ice age melting filled those up to the oceans we have today.
Right? Oh yeah. Oh, there's definitely continents underwater.
That could be Atlantis.
Like the Bimini Wall out in Bermuda. You know, they're thinking that was a road.
Indian Island.
It used to not be underwater, and now it is.
Easter Island. Eastern Island.
Easter Island, yeah.
Easter Island, that's messed up. That's crazy.
That's just a little tiny.
That is crazy.
It's just a little tiny island now. You know,
with heads with these giant bodies underneath.
Yeah, that's just a little tiny island. That used to be a mountaintop.
It had to be.
It used to be a mountaintop.
I guess there's just so much mystery. It would be nice to.
We need to know.
To have some real information. You know, this is what happened. You know, we have a pretty good idea, but you've got one side that's throwing out some great data, and you've got another side saying, no, that's not what happened. People couldn't even cook deer meat on the fire yet. They were just cavemen.
Well, the thing about science is if you go against known science, you could be 100% right. If you go against anything that's known, you're blacklisted. Just like the guy we talked about a few episodes ago about the guy that could predict earthquakes, and he got blacklisted from the scientific community.
Oh yeah, well that's what Egypt does. They won't let anybody do anything. You get blacklisted instantly. So one of the guys that made one of those large discoveries, I think he was the one that discovered the tunnels underneath of the main pyramid there in Egypt, and they like kicked him out and ended his career. I mean, the guy's like,
but why
in horrible shape. And then a couple years later, what was his title? Like the superior commander of Egyptian,
some crazy
archaeology.
Like
that guy's like, oh, look what I found, and it's the same tunnel the guy found 2 years earlier.
Yep.
And he kept taking credit for the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, that was something.
I need to dig more into that.
What did he say? That was like false prophecy or something or false something.
Well, I'd say it's pretty well known.
It's the exact same damn thing.
That this guy does that. So how come anyone that says anything about Egypt gets completely blacklisted from the entire scientific community?
What are they hiding?
You know what I mean? Well, Not even that. Like, the rest of the scientific community should know that Egypt is doing this shit. Why would just because Egypt
They
blacklists
do,
you?
yeah. Gotta be
Why?
like
Why would you be blacklisted throughout the entire community? Is what I'm asking. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
because that's not the only place that we're hiding secrets. That's why.
Like, who's the main power?
Obviously, there obviously has to be something above what we know as a controlling government.
As a world,
There's got to be something
somebody that has the answers.
above the individual country governments. There's got to be some type of governing body. Whether it's all of them in unison, I don't know.
A world government.
I'm
just
find it
mind blown about that labyrinth thing, man. That like and having that metal ring when
I'm just mind blown.
that
You can't
many.
yeah.
say
It'll make stop. You're messing up all my TikTok clips. I won't be able to clip it if everybody's laughing in them all the time. Can't go viral.
Oh, you're going viral because you can't talk.
Yeah, that's what I want.
So you're talking about the labyrinth.
The metal ring.
I can't even say it wrong. The
metal ring.
Back then,
that is wild.
back then they didn't. They said they didn't even have bronze yet. So how would there be a metal ring of that? So you know what I mean? Like it just none of it adds up.
But that's my point.
Stargate.
Is we're going by theory that we didn't have bronze then. What if we did?
They had to have.
What if we just didn't find the missing
they
piece
had
of
to have
information?
lasers.
Exactly. They'd have something.
Mhm.
There had to be something there for this to happen. There's some type of missing piece of technology that died with that civilization that went away.
I got a question for you. Why is Antarctica so secret?
Oh, Jesus. Don't get me started on that one.
Why is
Why?
every government,
Exactly.
every single government is in on making that no-fly zone? You can't visit. You can't do anything there.
Research.
Yeah, please.
Come on.
That's why there's pyramids starting to poke out of the ice, right?
You can't hide that. Right. And again, but that
Do you know how thick the ice is?
You look on Google Maps, you can't even, there's like blacked out parts of Antarctica.
they have stuff. You always know there's something important when it's blurred out.
Yeah.
Or you can
Crazy.
see, not necessarily blurred out, but you can look at the water and all of a sudden the ripples are starting to change. And it's like you can see the squares appearing
Yep.
of like, yeah, we were just photoshopping, copying and pasting shit right on top of each stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Antarctica is the weird one where Germany, I believe, was down there first and had a military base down there, if I remember correctly from the history. And with the fall of the Reich, I believe then all the countries decided to figure out what the hell they were doing down there.
It's like
And
it's the only part on the planet that's not claimed by any government.
There's a treaty. There's an Antarctic treaty. I forget what the year was, but there's a treaty that all the governments, or at least the majority of the governments, have signed that pretty much protects that place from us just going down there to visit it. Like us to go down there is controlled by the world.
Yep. Which is crazy to me.
Why?
You can't go to this ice cube.
Is there something down there that we shouldn't see? Is there something down there that's going to make us rethink history, or my theory is, could that be the civilization that's millions of years old? It's one thing to go from 6,000 to 9,000, but it's something else to go from 9,000 to 1,000,000. That's a huge gap, or 100,000 for that matter. That's a huge gap in time that's missing. I mean, that would be.
I'm going there and I'm going to live stream it on TikTok.
There you go. So yeah, my theory for Antarctica is there is some type of ancient civilization that is far, far older than what we can comprehend documentation wise. And maybe they have I can't even say the word wrong on purpose. Maybe they have a labyrinth down there too, with knowledge that we're not quite sure of. But at the same time, all the governments are down there. So it's one of those, hey, if you don't use it on me, I don't use it on you type thing. That's just my thought process of the whole thing. And why is it under ice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't even know what the ground truly looks like in Antarctica, because there's like a 500 meters thick of ice. I mean, it's something ridiculous how thick the ice is. We don't even know what's under there. There's only so far you can scan.
Well, if that ice was gone, it would be underwater. So
yeah, we don't want to. Did you know there's a iceberg that's so big floating down underneath the South Pole that if it were to break off, it would raise our ocean levels by like 10 foot or something like that.
Damn,
it's huge. It's massive. Like it's just so much volume of ice, and it's suspended now, like it's high.
It's like an ice,
and it's starting to break. Yeah, it's starting to break. If it were to break off and fall in the float in the ocean,
cause tsunamis and everything else.
10 foot would be rough.
10 foot doesn't sound like a lot, but that is semi-catastrophic.
I mean, if you're on the coast of
Semi-catastrophic.
Florida, yeah,
If you're on the
any
coast anywhere.
area,
Yeah. Ocean City, Maryland would not exist anymore.
Ocean City, Maryland's gone.
Yeah.
There's
South
a lot of
Carolina's
coastline where
gone.
I'm at with Puget Sound, so a lot of that would be underwater.
I'm about 3.5 hours west of Ocean City, so I'm probably good.
My special place in Mexico's gone.
Yeah, scuba dive.
Yeah, so the labyrinth.
Damn it, there it is.
Somebody say that.
Labyrinth. I was trying to even say it wrong. And I couldn't even say it wrong. It's labyrinth.
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 Played labyrinth. Laby. L-A-B-Y. Labyrinth.
Say it however you want.
Squrl Master.
Tomato.
Squrl Master has it typed out for you. Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. On
Yeah.
Easter Island as well. Yeah, Easter Island's there's so many. I don't want to call them hidden places. There's so much unknown that is controlled by some type of governing body that you have to say to yourself, why? Like, why is everyone being kept quiet about those? Same with I can't even say it wrong again. Your labyrinth. Like, why is Egypt so adamant that doesn't exist? Or why will they not let us scan it again or document that we scanned it and we saw it?
Because they're waiting until we forget about it, and they'll be like, "Look what we found."
Yeah, we're never going to forget it, right? We're the age of the internet. I mean, we have timestamps now for the rest of our future until we're gone as a civilization.
Most people,
our giant labyrinth is the data centers.
Yeah, I mean, how many people in chat even knew about it? You know, like
I bet you hardly any.
Yeah. And I want to know. I want to know how in the hell something like that could get built. Explain that to me.
I just want to shout out chat real quick because we've had 16 in chat this whole time.
Yeah, W.
16
That's pretty good.
What do we got for likes? I don't know. It's kind of
I see 15.
Oh, 15. Let's go. Here, I'll like one. Hell yeah.
Yeah, WOCMD. I do miss it. But hey, Florida's just as nice. So I don't mind going down to Florida to see her.
Never been there.
Damn right.
Never been to the East Coast.
Damn.
You're going to have to come over.
Yeah, eventually.
We'll do a meetup.
I should have gone with the kid to meet his family. I could have hung out with Squrl.
You've been like an hour. Yeah, you'd have been right down the road.
I would have driven down to see you guys.
I don't even know what town they're in. Apparently it's like 3 hours to get to their house from whatever airport they're flying into.
3 hours?
I guess he's like super backwoods.
They could have flown into Charlotte or they could have flown into Dulles.
I think they're flying into
CWI?
Tennessee somewhere.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
You're not getting to Tennessee to Virginia. I don't know. That'd be like 10 hours.
There's an airport in Memphis. I mean, it could be somewhere in Tennessee. It's 3 hours away from Memphis.
Yeah.
Because the FedEx hub's in Memphis.
You said they're going to be around Virginia Beach area, right?
No, not Virginia Beach. Virginia, the state.
I don't know where. I thought you said it was somewhere around the coastal area.
The state.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's parts of Virginia you can get to from 3 hours from Tennessee, of course.
Yeah, I guess maybe they are flying into Memphis. That sounds familiar. She told me, I don't remember. But yeah, it's like 3 hours car ride from the airport to his family's house.
Each people said Florida's terrible. Yeah. We've seen it live. How horrible it is.
Yeah.
Every day. In your story.
You make me never want to visit Florida. Oh, it looks so bad. So awful.
It gets so cold there.
It snowed in Jacksonville, 2-3 years ago?
I'm curious to see what the temps are right here. So, Hollywood Shoddy, what was the temps today? Because I'm sure you're probably going to complain you're cold. It's probably like 65 or something.
Chilly 73.
It's actually been really warm here for this time of year for us. Like right now. Right now it's 47.
That's about what it is here.
Not raining.
We've got rain coming, and then the snow will be gone.
There's no rain until 2 a.m. Wow.
But like 3 days ago, it was like 13 degrees outside.
But then
it's freezing at 70. That's great. Yeah, see, that's my kid.
It's supposed to rain Friday through. That's all that I show is rain all next week.
70 is shorts and t-shirt weather.
That's ridiculous.
I would kill for 70. 70's perfect. I would kill for 70s right now.
Yeah, last year I was down there. I was shelling with my brother-in-law, and I think it was 58 degrees maybe in the morning. We were at Fort DeSoto Beach, and we're in bathing suit and shirt and everything, and everyone's in like winter coats and winter gloves and shit, walking the beach, and they're just looking at us like we're crazy, which we were, but got a lot of sand dollars that day. But yeah,
hell yeah.
60 degrees.
What
is
about
nothing.
77.
Yep, no PA left in you. That's exactly right. Florida has ruined you.
This is like perfect this time of year. Arizona's perfect this time of year.
We were talking about things being hidden, and I knew there was one more thing I want to talk about: the Vatican.
Oh
Like how much
yeah,
stuff-
yeah. There's a whole library underneath that no one really can see.
nobody.
That is true.
I mean, there's just all kinds of crazy
I don't know
stuff.
anything about the Vatican.
They've
That's supposedly
they've
where
just
the
collected stuff for what, hundreds of years.
that is probably where the missing chapters of the Bible are.
Yeah,
it's down there.
Absolutely, yeah, 1000%.
The original Bible is probably down there.
Yeah, the Dead Sea Scrolls. I mean,
Yep.
all the stuff the Knights of the Templar like raided from all those countries out there. That was all brought back to the Vatican.
So there's
a lot
nothing.
of
There's
shit.
nothing in Oak Island. I mean, I've been watching
There's
this
a
show
lot
now
of
for
shit.
10 years.
Yeah,
Gotta
yeah.
find something.
That show,
Come on,
that show
fuck that
pulled
show.
me in, and I was like, I know it. The next episode. The next
Oh yeah,
episode.
yep. 10 years later,
Never.
son of a bitch. Where's it coming? Come on, you
No.
found a coin. That's
Fucking,
great.
we got another shaft, but it
Yes.
flooded out again.
Yeah, we gotta suck all the water out of this marsh that's been here
Yeah.
for millions of years because there's something
my
under
gosh.
it. Please.
They found like one ore, and they thought there was like a whole boat in the swamp. And I watched that. You know, that was like 3 episodes of them draining this,
Drain the
draining it out,
swamp.
getting all over it, digging for it, and they didn't find shit.
Yeah.
But even, I mean, when you think about that, though, if there's those trap tunnels where the water comes in, I mean, that's pretty genius to come up with something like that to do that. Even if there's nothing there, the fact that those existed tells me that something was there.
I
But
keep
then how'd you do
expecting. I kept expecting them to find like the end of Goonies, the ships that are like underground, you know, like just floating there, like in these caverns. Like what the hell?
Yeah. Hey, you guys,
Baby Ruth.
It's under Egypt. It'll be the
That could
fucking
be.
Goonies.
Yeah, the Goonies.
or it's a portal. Maybe it's a portal somewhere else.
How did that movie? Did that movie Stargate have like an Egyptian theme to it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did they know?
It
How
did.
did they fucking know about a Stargate? And there's one actually underground now.
Don't know.
Weird.
That's the hidden.
I gotta
stuff
go
that we
down
don't
that
need to know
rabbit
about,
hole
right?
next. Yeah, I gotta go. There's no
We're
way
gonna have
that
to watch
knowledge wasn't
Stargate
out.
now.
Or Goonies. I mean, Goonies is
Or
a good movie
Goonies,
too.
yeah. Goonies is classic. You know, there's like I didn't know for years there was multiple endings to Goonies.
I didn't know either.
Like,
Really?
Yeah, I never knew there was an octopus ending. When I grew up, I never once saw the octopus ending. Do you even know what I'm talking about?
No.
At the end, in the ship where the ships are, there's an alternate ending that has like a kraken in there. It's a massive octopus.
You can. I guess they're available to watch now.
Yeah. Like I just
Probably.
watching just I'm gonna watch Goonies again, you know, watch it one day, and it had that ending. I was totally blown away.
What the fuck? That would totally like. That
Right?
would fuck with
I had
me.
no idea.
I would be on the phone with Squirrel Master saying, "Dude, well, it was the what do you call the butterfly effect thing where they
yeah.
change something?"
Yeah.
I'd be like, "The ending of the Goonies has been changed."
Have you not seen it, Cat? 100%. Like a huge octopus,
Mandela effect. I would be like, "It's the Mandela
Yep.
effect. It's the Mandela effect."
right? Yeah.
That's wild.
I was today years old. Yes,
Yeah. Well, if anything comes good out of this podcast, you learned about the Goonies
that's right.
And labyrinths.
And labyrinths. Yes.
and how to say labyrinth.
No, I still
Well, you
can't.
still can't say it, but yeah, it's labyrinth.
Yes, sir.
And Antarctica.
Oh,
the
my
Treaty of
God.
Antarctica.
Oh, okay. She's joking. I was about to.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Yeah, you better be joking.
She was asking you to say broccoli earlier.
Yeah, I would believe that from some people, but not the daughter of Negley. I would not believe for a minute that he didn't have you watch the Goonies.
Yeah.
Everybody's seen it.
I mean, there's
My kids have seen
you know,
it.
maybe season 3, episode 3, if it's far enough in the future, maybe she'll be home and I can get her on here with me. And
There
then
you
we
go.
can like question
That's
her.
one thing I wanted to spin. What
We can question her on that
Lucid.
shit.
Why don't we put the podcast on Twitch?
Good. I don't know if I can. I'm sure I can stream it through this.
I'm not sure if the program will do it. Yeah, that's the question. But
I can put in whatever stream
now
key
that
I
I'm
want.
learning how you can combine chats and there's like there's a lot of features there.
We could put it on Twitch.
Even if it was only for when we had a community member like a streamer.
Yeah. Good.
Be a different avenue, different route, another
We're at,
place
like,
to multi-stream
I still
to.
want to stream it to Facebook. We're at like 86, I think. We need 100.
14.
Oh, come on. People need to show
Yeah.
up. Follow.
course, I haven't been doing anything over there either. So.
Well, the problem is a lot of people, Facebook's personal to them, you know, so unless they have an alt account created. That's why.
It's understandable.
I started to think about that. Same with YouTube. Remember when we first started doing streams on YouTube, people were coming in with their fucking full legal names. We're all like, whoa.
Yeah.
Stop. Mine used to be that way. I mean, mine was my full name until I started streaming. And I was like, hey, I need to create an Iron Squrl page. Makes sense.
I used to have all the
my real names out there.
Yeah, so is my. I don't really care. Whatever.
Your real name's Negley.
That's right. I have family members that call me Negley.
Anybody that learns my real name's like, what? I had all of chat trying to guess my real name one night back in the day, and they never got it. Never got
Maverick.
it. Maverick, yeah.
Hey, that's my name.
Yeah, so this is our last podcast before Christmas.
True that.
Merry Christmas, chat.
Merry
Christmas, guys.
And Lucid and Iron.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Yeah, you celebrate Kwanzaa.
Happy Hanukkah.
Or just
Hanukkah's going on
happy
right
holidays.
Newt's wished Happy Hanukkah in my Discord and several others, and kind of opened my eyes. You know, there's
by all means,
not everybody celebrates Christmas.
Exactly.
My kid's friend lived with us for a while. She was Jewish. And I had no idea when she moved in. Then she's like, oh, can we get a, whatever the hell it's called, a
menorah?
A menorah. I was like, what? What are you talking about? I guess.
All right, can you say menorah?
Menorah?
All right, just want to make sure.
Say goosebumps.
Goosebumps?
You call it something else, though. What do you call it? Chill bumps. Chill bumps. That's what you call it. Yeah. He calls it chill bumps. Weird East Coaster.
I'm East Coast. I've always heard of it.
If you get a chill, you get chill bumps. What the fuck is a goose?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what goosebumps is. I don't know.
That's what it's called.
You're questioning me, and y'all are fucking getting bird bumps. At least mine are, you know, it's from a chill.
I got a chill bump. I'm scared.
It's how I was trained, right? That's what I was taught. I only know what I was taught.
Oh, my chill bumps. My chill bumps are popping out.
Weirdos with your gooses.
My parents must have suppressed chill bumps and must have directed me towards goosebumps, I guess.
Squrl, soda or pop?
Soda.
I grew up in West Virginia, so it was pop. I had to retrain my brain when I moved to DC to stop saying pop and to say soda. And to stop saying buns and say rolls.
There's certain things I say on purpose, like crick, soda creek.
Crick and creek. Route.
Like I was raised to say naked, but I like saying naked.
You say a lot of things that when I hear it, I just kind of chuckle to myself.
Naked.
Soda. That's right. It's
soda.
It's
soda.
Poor Patty. Right, Hottie? Just like to pick on me episode.
Boo-hoo.
Just like every other episode.
Womp womp.
Sorry.
It's Coke in general.
Well, that's how I trained myself to not say pop anymore. I would just say Coke. I'd be at a restaurant. I just purposely trained myself to say the word Coke. And they'd be Pepsi. I'd be sure Pepsi's fine. But it took a while. It took me almost a year to break the habit of calling it pop.
Museum.
What about museum?
Museum.
How do you say it? Museum.
Museum.
How are you supposed to say it?
They say mayonnaise. Mayonnaise.
It's mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise?
Okay, it's not mayonnaise, it's mayonnaise.
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 Ketchup or catsup?
Ketchup.
It's ketchup.
Tomato or tomato?
If you want to have some fun, you need to find somebody.
Say tomato.
Find someone from North Jersey. Find someone from North Jersey and have them say the word orange and dog.
Mm-hmm.
And there'll be dog and there'll be orange.
Park my car.
Yeah, I'm gonna park. Well, that's up in New England. Yeah, park my car in the yard.
The Wicked Pisser.
Was that Wicked Tuna?
Yeah.
TV
show.
So
my buddy actually went on that dude's boat and they caught a massive bluefin.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah, he actually went on that boat. I was like, he told me he was going there to go tuna fishing, and then I saw the pictures. I go, is that Paul from frickin' Wicked Tuna? He's like, yeah. I was like, holy shit, that's awesome.
I say oil.
Oil.
It's oil. Olive oil. Now, the caramel's a good one. Caramel or caramel?
Yeah, I call it caramel.
Caramel.
Yeah.
I say it both ways. We had this talk in Angels chat a few weeks back. I had to think about it because at first I was like, I say caramel. And I was like, wait. In my head, I was like, no, I say it both ways.
Yeah.
Depends.
Caramel.
Depends on what comes out.
Yeah, I say caramel.
Caramel apple.
Yeah. Caramel apple.
Or there's caramel inside of Snickers.
There's another word. I just can't remember what it is offhand.
You know what my favorite word to say is?
Iron Squrl.
Kumquat. Such a weird word. Kumquat. Kumquat.
Yeah.
Pecan pie.
Pecan pie. It's pecan.
Pecan pie.
It's delicious, by the way.
Ooh, Debbie follows on the Lucid Squrl podcast. Whoever did that. We just got 2 follows.
Ooh,
sweet.
Debbie's. Where'd you see that?
I saw the alert. I saw it on my iPad pop up.
Oh, I didn't see it anywhere.
Washing my dishes. I forgot about washing. Yeah, washing and
I know they follow at this point in time when we're just kind of babbling about random shit. Hey, all right.
Well, I grew up near Pittsburgh, so there's
she shares everyone she knows. Let's go. They work. I saw them follow.
Oh, it was Facebook that they followed. Got it.
Gotcha. So living close to Pittsburgh, you learn the word yins for you-ins, for you all, or downtown for downtown.
Y'all. I say y'all.
Yeah.
I even type y'all in emails.
Y'all. But out in Western PA, it's yins. What are yins doing? Going downtown?
What are we at? We're at 419 on Facebook or on YouTube.
Nice.
We need to get that to 500. 500 is the magic number.
Chat, you know what to do. You guys all have communities. Get out there, spread the word.
Spread the word.
We gotta get these guys famous.
You-ins guys. We can just bot it. I can get you to 500. Probably costs $5 to get that.
500 is the magic number.
Syrup.
Pancake
syrup or syrup?
Syrup.
I
think I say syrup.
We're at 89. We're 11 away on the face of the book.
Yes, you do say y'all all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all.
Never
I'm
say
trying
it.
to be professional.
All y'all.
It's you all.
Y'all or y'all.
Any more conspiracy theories?
I'm trying to think.
That's how
I
I
had
said
a couple. I mean, I can't remember.
That's how I spell. That's how I type it out. Y'all.
Yeah, I've always thought that there's something out there that we haven't. There's something out there that we're much older than we think we are. That's
the last
kind of the point
caretaker.
that I'm getting. I think we're far older species on this planet than what we scientifically can theorize that we are.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that we had technology, maybe not the same as today, but technology I believe existed then that we don't understand today. Kind of like my explaining the cell phone to Abraham Lincoln.
Right.
I think that exists then. And there was just no way to pass that on. And so it died with the civilization. Or there was always that theory, what happens if there's a nuclear holocaust and, the survivors are brought back to the Stone Age. So you kind of have that thing too.
Oh yeah, we're fucked.
Maybe we're seeing the civilizations after something like that happened. And we just think that they're not advanced civilization. Maybe they were. Maybe something catastrophic happened and reset their timeline, and we're only seeing them after that reset.
Oh yeah, if there was something catastrophic that happened and you had nothing, it was just you, your family, people in the woods or wherever, nothing was left, nothing to use to build upon. Like you started from scratch.
Yeah.
There's no way you're getting back to a cell phone or a radio or electricity for many, 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 many years. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do any of that. I'd be struggling to smack the 2 stones together to get a fire, Like that's
absolutely
much less reminiscent about our cell phones.
Well, I mean, you look at a power outage. What happens when there's a power outage? We're all sitting around like, what the hell are we going to do? Because we rely on electricity. Yeah, electricity is our life
now.
You know what I mean? It's our life.
The internet goes out, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
The Squrl Master brought up the winter cell on Steam. There's actually some really cool looking stuff on here.
No, yeah. I got shit I can't play now.
Yeah, well, you buy it now when it's cheap, and then you have it. At least you don't have to download it now.
I got games I bought 2 years ago and played.
Like there's some.
Still gotta beat the last Zelda game I bought like 4 years ago.
No Man's Sky. I've wanted to try that. It's on sale right now for like $23.
I heard there was a massive update for that. Everybody's been talking about.
I've never even I've seen it, but I kind of want to try it.
Well, you have that new Super Contra game. I mean, you're gonna have to somehow play that.
Yeah, you didn't even show that. No. Ready or Not, $30.
Can't get to it. I'll have to unplug. I might send it off to get it graded. It probably only come in at like a 5 or something, but it'd still be cool to have it graded in a case.
It's still pretty cool that you're preserving history.
Yeah, preserving history.
And it's got some sentimental value for you.
You're creating your own
I'm
vault.
in the basement, so I can just start tunneling now, and I can create my own labyrinth.
Just don't tell anybody about it. If anybody
Squirrel
finds
Master
it, you gotta
plays
tell them it doesn't
Cards Against
exist.
Humanity with himself.
No.
I've done the same. Just sit there, laugh to yourself. Pretty good, dude.
Yeah,
Fallout 76 is $4 right now.
When we
That
go home
game's
to
ass.
visit, if my brothers are with me, and we'll play Cards Against Humanity, we'll make Mom say all the bad things. We'll just purposely give her like the raunchiest cards and make her say it out loud.
Right.
Fallout
What's that
4
game?
is a
I've been seeing this
masterpiece.
game on TikTok where it's like Goldfish, but but if you don't have it, you say "go fuck yourself," and it's just completely wild cards, like shit. Like, oh my god.
Did you say NASCAR is $4?
No.
What is this Squirrel Master talking about?
No Man's Sky won best game
Le Mans
of the year.
Rally.
Game Awards.
I don't know. He's throwing all kinds of random stuff out there.
Lemons Rally.
6-7.
And so is NASCAR. What? NASCAR. If NASCAR is $4, I'll buy it right now.
If NASCAR is $4, I'm gonna be fucking pissed because I just paid $50 for it a couple of weeks ago.
NASCAR 25 is $47.99.
Okay.
NASCAR Arcade Rush is $7.49.
Yeah, that one's always been cheap.
October Pack. NASCAR 25 October Pack, $11.99. November Pack is $7.99. I don't know what those are. I'm assuming it's just different skins and shit. December Pack, $9.99. Season Pass.
That NASCAR driver still follows me. Hasn't unfollowed me yet. Mallows.
25% off. $89. NASCAR is free. What?
I need to stream NASCAR just for him. I'm going to share it too.
Sales 25% off. $89.
I haven't played it since that one time.
NASCAR is free. NASCAR 25 is.
Are we fizzing out? I feel like we're fizzing out here.
We've been on what, 3 hours?
3 hours and 2 minutes.
I think we covered a lot in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Left some meat on the bone for future discussions.
Right.
Planet
we
Zoo
still need
for 90%.
We've got a couple guests lined up. Don't forget, guys, we've got the Lucid Squrl podcast website. If you want to be a guest, there's a application form there. And it doesn't take too long to fill out, but the more information you put there, the more information goes on our site, because you actually get your own spot on the page when you do use that. So
you tell me not to laugh, I'm gonna laugh. I mean, that's just how it is.
Right.
Some spot.
If anybody wants Planet Zoo, it's 90% off.
Facts.
W podcast, definitely
New
W
Year's,
podcast. W.
We New Year's Day, we'll have a podcast, and then we're doing trucking overnight, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. The Squirrel Master wants to get in, and he was already asking about it. I gotta download the game.
Yeah, so do I. I installed it, played. Got to bust out the head tracking again. You're definitely going to want to use your head tracking for it. So you can look out the windows and shit, because it's kind of hard without it.
I want to hook that up anyway. There's other games I want to try. I want to see if it works in Rally. What city we truck?
Elite Dangerous is why I bought. Elite Dangerous is a fun game too. If you're into space games, Elite Dangerous is pretty fun. You're flying a spaceship around and you're like mining asteroids and doing runs, and if you get stranded in dead space, you're kind of screwed because you can't get back. The end game right there. If you get stranded in space, so you got to make sure you have enough fuel always.
Watch the balls drop in different locations.
I don't know if the game actually does that.
That would be crazy.
You just want to watch the balls drop.
I just think of Riley's face on his pants.
Riley's always going to be watching the squirrel's balls drop.
I don't know if I can look at him the same way again now. That's the problem.
Oh my god.
That's the problem.
Riley's face.
I need to go have a photo shoot with my pants. That's right.
On a Mr. Reach
make
around.
a video. Should I make a music video? How about this? Imagine this video. You hear girls just want to have fun. Come on, and just dancing in the pants. Squirrels just want to have fun.
AI can make it happen.
I'll take a pillow with feathers and like start having a pillow fight with nobody.
I'm sure you can give Squirrel Master a nice little script, and he'll make a beautiful video for you.
Beautiful AI video.
I'm sure. Yeah,
with squirrels. Yeah.
All right.
Anyhow, W podcast again. I appreciate you guys having me back on again for a second time. I appreciate it.
I've got to go watch these 9/11 things now because I'm behind.
Yeah, I mean, it's
loose change.
Just go to Wikipedia, 9/11 attacks, and then you can just go down the rabbit hole from there. There'll be all kinds of citations going to different websites and different documents, and just go from there. That's the easiest place to go. And I know Wikipedia you can't take it as 100% the truth, but it can at least point you to physical documents that can help you get to the truth. But yeah, if we don't question things, then we're not really doing our job, I guess.
Right.
You shouldn't trust the government 100% with everything.
Thank
Or
you,
any
Howdy
government.
Shot. Trollmaster's got a question.
What's your question? I'm on the edge of my seat here.
Yeah.
He's probably going to ask you what age your balls drop.
Great
That's all I
podcast.
see you talking about.
Nice question, bro.
Great podcast. What is the question?
Oh,
I
my
have a
God.
question and it says great podcast.
Right? Like, what?
I feel like it's one
Hey,
of
where'd
those.
I go?
Wait, you're still there.
We're over on the side. We're over here.
Oh,
We're over
you
here.
moved over.
Oh,
One
not
of-
on my screen.
Somewhere.
You moved over.
We're all on the right to me.
It's because I have my screen too small.
Yeah. Anyhow, thank you again for having me here. I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. This was much
Yeah.
easier to do this time than last time. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
You as
Happy
well.
Hanukkah,
Thank you for
whatever.
being
Very
on.
But,
fluid conversation.
Thank
great,
you.
Great.
These are always
great,
fun.
great conversation for
And
sure.
I'm challenging chat. We got to make next episode even bigger than this one. Each episode has to be bigger than the previous episode.
Right?
We've got to do it. We've got to do a better job of making every episode be the best episode you've had so far.
Maybe we'll do a test run on Twitch next time.
Hmm.
Do a test
Yeah,
run
we'll
on
have to look into it.
Twitch. Hopefully we'll get YouTube or Facebook going soon. I got to do better on getting the episodes uploaded too. I've been kind of slacking on that, but I'll work on that.
Is what it is.
So it's only so many hours in a day.
We
you know
have
what
to
I mean?
build that labyrinth of podcasts.
Yes, 100%.
I think the thumbnail, you can just put volume or number 2. You can use the same thumbnail we used for Negley's last one.
Yeah.
That's cool with me.
Because that one was so good.
Only I'll put some like
was
pyramids and
good.
shit behind it too.
Yes, that'd be
Ooh.
perfect. Holding an Atari 2600 in front of a pyramid. That's badass. That is badass.
Right?
You gotta do it.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you again, guys. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no worries. All right,
Thank
guys.
you, man.
Peace.
Thank
Thank you, chat.
Much
All right,
love.
guys, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Live streams and racing